Good morning. We are here today. It is Monday. Honestly, a lot of stuff is going on. A lot of stuff. We did have the president tweet today. The Nasdaq and the S&P are down significantly on Friday, but now they're rebounding slightly today. Gold is still down. Oil is recently dropping. I'm trying to figure out why this is going on real quick. But oil is falling down pretty significantly as I speak here. Let's take a look at oil right now. Hold on, wait, wrong screen. Look at oil right now, guys. It's dropping. It's dropping. I'm trying to figure out why. It could be a late delayed response to the president tweet. It could be insider trading of some sort, but oil is falling all the way down to $92 a barrel for WTI crude. $92 a barrel here. Let me check other breaking news sources.
Iran's.
Oh yeah, I do see that.
Now, yeah.
Go ahead and read it, Britt. I do see that.
Good morning, everybody. Iran's armed forces announced end of military operations against Israel, warn of harsher attacks if Israel resumes attacks on Lebanon.
According to, yeah. Okay, let me make sure the music's not too loud as well. I think the music might be kind of loud. Hold on. There we go. All right, yeah. So if you didn't hear Britt, Iran's armed forces announced the end of military operations against Israel, warn of harsher attacks if they resume attacks on Lebanon, according to Fars News. We also saw Israel and U.S. conveyed a message to Iran that there will be no further attacks if Iran does not fire again, according to Al Jazeera. That is what's going on right now, and you can see oil dipping down pretty significantly here. Look at WTI crude. It's falling. We also had the president tweet this morning. So we did have the president tweet. He tweeted this. He said both sides, Israel and Iran, are looking to do an immediate ceasefire. Final negotiations on peace are proceeding, subject to ignorance or stupidity getting in the way. The blockade will remain in place and in full force and effect until a final deal is reached. Things should move quickly. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And all of this is making oil dip back down here. It's kind of what the market, I'm not saying this is true. Well, I'm going to hold my breath for I'm not going to hold my breath for this just because we've heard this before. And, I'm sure we'll hear it again. But here's what the Nasdaq did on Friday. The Nasdaq dumped Friday. A lot of people thought today would be Black Monday, which is why I named the stream Black Monday or Trap, because when a lot of people think one thing is going to happen, sometimes the other thing happens, and sometimes we end up rebounding. Friday was a dumpster fire of a day in markets. It was absolutely crazy. We had huge drops from NFP data, from rising yields, from increased odds of rate hikes. The Asian markets also fell pretty significantly. I believe, let me look at exactly how much they fell, but they did fall pretty significantly here. Let me find it. Oil, yeah. So the Kospi South Korean index crashed 8%. It triggered a 20-minute trading halt at the open and then recovered some on the SK Hynix news. The Nikkei slumped 3,000 points, briefly under 64,000 and more. Australian closed for the holiday, but so it spared the selling. But the Kospi is now down 17% from last week's record high. Bonds are really part of the big story today. If we take a look at like 10-year treasuries, they are elevated and rate hike odds are up after last week's really hot NFP print. Here are 10-year treasury yields right now. You can take a look at 10-year treasuries. They are nervous right now. Here's a 5-day trend. You can see the jump in yields just from last week, early this week, and you can see how much yields jumped up the last few days last week, Thursday and Friday. Just big rebounds in yields here, and this has influenced rate cut odds. And we are heading into a week with CPI inflation data. So we are heading into a week with CPI inflation data, SpaceX IPO, and more here. If we look at the end of the year likelihood of a rate hike, currently what are we at? 3.5 to 3.75%. So yeah, the odds of at least one rate hike this year are up dramatically. What is this? 40, 50, we're at like 72%, 73% odds of a rate hike this year. And this is much higher than it was at the beginning of last week. This is all from payroll numbers, but most people are interpreting the recent news we got about the ceasefire potential and both sides coming out. Iran's armed forces announced the end of military operations against Israel, and Israel and the U.S. conveyed a message to Iran that there'll be no further attacks if they don't fire again. This news seems to be helping markets again because oil dipping down here at $92 a barrel for WTI crude. So we will see what happens here, guys. But let me know, chat, right now. Let me say hello to everybody in the chat here. It looks like I'm a little bit late. What's up, Proxy, Steve, Darius, Jonathan, Arcane, Zero Cool, Elated, MVK, Brian, Womble, Tamar, Woot, AI, Brian, Rooftops, Doc, Max, Lee, Glass, UTM, Elated Trader, Michelle. Did I say Lee? What's up, Lee? Joan, Benji, Shah, Old Hack, Vegas, DJ, Kaltenberg, Dan, Deckers, Sam, what's up, dude? Good, Jono, F, Bogdan, Jay, Benji, said Max, William, G-Man, Gamer Freak, what's up, dude? Is this another William? What's up, Faye? Good morning. Amodem, MK, Ben, Serpent, Cock, Superintendent. Good morning, guys. Good morning. We are here today. What's up, MK? MK, I see you, brother. I see you. What's up, Sven? I see you too, guys. What's up, team? Good morning, guys. Interesting day today. Will we correct back down? I think markets are going to be on watch for corrections. I think this is just objectively obvious. Is that a thing? Objectively obvious? I think it is. I think markets are going to be able to look for a drop. We've also seen memory stocks come down. MU back under $1,000, still up a ridiculous amount here. Here's a 20-day chart for MU. So MU is still up a ridiculous amount, but memory plays did pull back from last week as well. SanDisk. A lot of people were worried. We've had rumors and rumblings about needing less memory in the future for AI, and SanDisk is down. MU is down. You can see like STX is down. And so memory plays have been falling down. NVIDIA is down at 209s, hit 204s. What is this, after hours on Friday? Yeah, hit 204s and after hours on Friday. It is currently at 209s. It has rebounded some with everything else this morning. But I guess the big question, guys, here is, do we get a ceasefire? Do we? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let me know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've covered enough of these ceasefire, like, optimistic news releases that I'm not gonna. I don't freaking know, man. I don't freaking know.
No,
I think
I
think the market kind of needs it right now to save us from some of the bearish sentiment that we're getting from last week, right? Last week, payrolls came in at a shocking print, 172,000. A lot of people were shocked, including the president. The president tweeted on Friday. What did he tweet? He said, with a great jobs report like just announced, stocks should go up, not down. That's not the way it was for 200 years. Growth does not mean inflation. And I've actually talked about this. And look, I'm not trying to disagree with him. I'm just putting it out there because I've covered a lot of these inflation prints. But what I said was, and while this is generally true, in markets that fear inflation, like this current one, markets have historically reacted negatively to hot prints like today in 2022 and 2023 when inflation was surging. We saw negative reactions just like we did today, and this is regarding Friday. And I told you guys we could get a reaction like this multiple times ahead of that report, and that's the reaction we got. We got a hot print. Nasdaq went down. Markets were nervous. So we'll see what happens this week. We do have CPI inflation data, which is very relevant for the Fed and for markets and for everything. If CPI comes in hotter than expected today, or I'm sorry, on Wednesday, and if PPI comes in hotter than expected on Thursday, that could be a recipe for disaster. And so it's something you want to understand here. If CPI shows up on Wednesday, where are we at? If CPI shows up on Wednesday hotter than expected here, that is a recipe where we could have bad stuff. Year over year, last time CPI showed up at 3.8%. They are projecting headline CPI now to show up at 4.2% on Wednesday. That's a very hot print. That's 4+% year over year inflation. Month over month, they're expecting it at 0.5%, which is a little bit lower than last time. Core. So when you look at secondary effects, expected at 2.9, higher than last time, year over year. So we will see what we get, but CPI data and then PPI inflation data, which is producer prices, which are honestly, PPI has been a little bit crazier than CPI has been lately. But we'll see what we get on that on Friday. Nasdaq still liking this news about both sides agreeing to stop shooting at each other, essentially is what this is. And that's good. That's good. Also, give me a follow on x.com at Beginner Trades if you want to catch. We post a morning market brief every day. It's starting to get some attention, which is nice. We're starting to get some views from it, which is good. And then SpaceX IPO later this week. I believe it's on the 12th, right? Which is Friday, is what it's looking like for SpaceX. Bitcoin, let's take a look at Bitcoin here. Bitcoin is finding a little bit of bearings. So look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now at 63,000. It's still not in a good spot. It's still dropped a lot, but it's at 63.5K right now for Bitcoin. What's a good poll for the day, guys? What's a good poll for the day? The markets are nervous, man. Markets are nervous. A lot of people were worried this would be Black Monday today. So far, we haven't necessarily seen this yet, but it's still early. It's still early. We have filled some of the gap, though. You know, like if we look at, here's the Nasdaq. This is where we closed Friday. We are now at 2930s, and markets are reacting to the news on. You can see how much markets are rebounding here on the news about both sides kind of agreeing to like a. I don't know if I would call both sides agreeing to this a actual ceasefire, but it's good news. We also have South Korea science minister says NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang pledged priority supply of NVIDIA's Vera Rubin to South Korea. Campbell's also dropped earnings today. They beat EPS in revenue by very slight margins.
I love Campbell soup.
I mean, I think it's a little plain, you know.
Yeah, it's a childhood memory, you know. Like you're sick and your mom brings you some chicken soup.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Yep, I've been there. You know, oil is down though, man. Oil is down. I guess the overarching question for the day, guys, is long or short right now. Long or short? What do you guys think? Let me read the chat. How many of us are buying in on SpaceX? Are you buying SpaceX? It's a please fire. Well, we get a ceasefire before November. I can do that. Ceasefire before November. I'm just going to keep it very simple. It's not even going to be a full sentence here. Ceasefire before November and question mark is going to be the poll. Vote on the poll right now, guys. So most people are not buying SpaceX, apparently. I'm staying away from SpaceX. SpaceX is a scam. I don't trust the ceasefire. I'm an independent distributor for Pepperidge Farm cookies. Are you really? What does that mean? You're an independent distributor. Does that mean you sell them, but you sell other stuff as well? You're not like a, you know.
Maybe it's the ones that like fall off the back of the truck, you know.
Yeah, right. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Starlink isn't a scam. Brit has Starlink, I'm pretty sure.
I'm using it right now.
Yeah, he's using it right now. Starlink has a reasonable use case argument for their business. Yeah, so South Korea science minister also said Jensen said he would positively consider holding NVIDIA GTC in South Korea. How does IPO work? They just pick a price to open. Yeah, IPOs work. They put a dartboard out there, you know, and they put a bunch of different prices surrounding the dartboard. And, you know, each of the executives in the company takes its time and just throws the dart at the dartboard. And whichever price point on the dartboard has more people landing their darts on, or close to, within a certain proximity of it, that's the price they choose. You know, not financial advice. This is not financial advice. Yeah, oil's breaking down still, though. Look at oil. Now 91.70s right now on this news. 91.70s. Yeah, we did a poll here. Ceasefire before November. 52% say yes. 48% say no. Vote on the poll. Crypto is liking this, although Bitcoin is probably still a little scared of the high yield environment we're seeing. And we'll learn a lot more, not this week, but next week. We are in the blackout period now. Oil continues to fall. Look at oil. Down to 91.60s here. 91.60s. Again, the president tweet and basically both sides acknowledging that they're going to stop getting the other one. Hitting the other one are making markets optimistic now. Markets are starting to react well to this. Again, look at oil dipping down to 91.5s here. 91.5s.
That's good, but I resent that, Vegas. I do not smell fishy. I have very good hygiene. How dare you?
You know he was talking about Bitcoin. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic. You know he's talking about Bitcoin, right?
No.
Yeah, he's talking about Bitcoin. He said Biddy. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know. Hey, shout out to Chef, my guy. Thank you so much, brother. Now, a number of you guys have received free memberships here. Free memberships. Shout out to Chef. We appreciate it, Chef. Thank you. You know, now Edward Diamond Hands, you get a membership.
Oh, sound like Oprah there. You get a membership. You get a membership.
Yeah, Glass Half Full, you get one. Greasy Gump, you get one. Serpent, you get one. Edward Diamond's Hand, you get one. And more. Yes, congratulations. Congratulations. Is that it with the sub notifications? Okay, that's it. Good. I was about to say, man. So shout out to Chef. Thank you so much, Chef. Everybody thanks Chef for the beautiful gift of membership.
Thanks, Chef. You're awesome.
Know, if there's one thing you can ask people for, it's membership to this chat. Although you don't really get any extra things for becoming a member. I'm just gonna put this out there. I vowed not to have any paywalled content, and so you can become a member. Now that you are a member, you can use these great, some would say majestic emojis like Beardless John. You know, we got Carol, Rosie, Good Day Sir, Don't Sue Me, and Top 10. You know, so you can now use these. But shout out to Chef. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
I know, Vegas. I was just kidding, man.
Yeah, hold on real quick. Oil is starting to bounce back, though. It's at $92 a barrel right now. $92 a barrel. So we did get other news today. Let me just recap here. Do we have, wait. So does Apple WWDC kick off today? So yeah, Apple's event kicks off today. SpaceX is supposed to IPO on Friday. Bitcoin is holding a little bit more steady, but bonds are part of the real story this week. 10-year yield ripped up to over 4.55%. Markets now price in a full 25 basis point hike by the end of the year. Was anywhere between no hike and a hike Friday. Now a full 25 basis point hike is basically priced in. A 50% chance of a September hike now as well, fully priced in by December of 2026. Dollar index is firmer. I'm assuming the Dixie's going to be reacting well to the higher yields. Yeah, so the Dixie's been up big on Friday. It's now under 100. It just dipped under 100 if you look at the dollar index here. And the dollar index, again, I'll tell you the correlations again. Dollar index moves up generally when yields are higher because people have to use the US dollar to buy up bonds and take advantage of those high yields. Again, the Kospi South Korean index crashed 8%, triggered a 20-minute trading halt, and then recovered some. Nikkei down as well. Oil headlines here. WTI surged and then pulled back on a Trump tweet. So, and the news that both sides might consider stopping strikes, I mean. NVIDIA announced a multi-year HBM4 partnership with SK Hynix for the Vera Rubin platform. Jensen Huang said the AI revolution is just beginning. The recent chip stock plunge is a buying opportunity. Here's NVIDIA with that. NVIDIA's gapping up a little bit on the day. This is what ultimately helped the Kospi index bounce back a little bit from its 8% drop. But memory stocks have pulled back. MU did dip under 900s. It's now back over 900s. It's back up to 923. So we're seeing a lot of volatility in chips. Here's Micron right here, guys. Micron kind of crazy. SanDisk crazy. WDC crazy and more. So we will see. We will see. But Trump tweet mixed with other stuff, mixed with acknowledgement on both sides that maybe we'll get an end to some of this is what's going on. And yeah, 25 basis point rate hike is now priced in. Just to show you. Here's the Fed watch tool. All right, so this is where we currently are right now. We are currently right here. All right, so this is all odds for a December hike, right? So this is all odds for the December hike. Easier way to do it is you can just, we're at roughly a 72 to 73% chance of a 25 basis point hike by the end of the year. A lot of markets are pricing in it for September, but we're about 72, 73% likely that we're going to raise rates this year. According to the Fed watch tool, this is always subject to change, and what will change this, again, is CPI inflation data on Wednesday and PPI inflation data on Thursday. So, but as of now, markets are pricing in a rate hike this year. That's what's freaking markets out. And yeah, remember, guys, we did get news that Iran's Joint Military Command said it's halting offensive operations following recent exchanges.
It's always good. I mean,
yeah.
I hope it holds, you know.
Yeah.
Also, Happy birthday, Violet and Chef.
Hey, shout out to Jay and Chef for the birthdays. You guys must be 21. We might be too late for a rate hike, so why do it? Well, I mean, better late than never, maybe, but I don't know. Not buying any of this. What's your favorite thing to buy today, guys? Are you bullish or bearish? I don't think I've asked, are you bullish or bearish today? Are you guys bullish or bearish? Are you guys bullish or bearish? Let me know. Bull or bear in chat? Put it out in chat right now. Let's hear what the chat has got to say. I'm curious to see. I think you can go both ways pretty easy here. I think you can go both ways pretty easy. Are you bullish or bearish, guys? Are you bullish or bearish? Bearish, bull, bull. I see a lot of bulls here. Unsure. I can respect it, elated, because I'm kind of unsure as well. Over the weekend, a lot of people thought we might have Black Monday, like the beginning of a crash or correction today. Market crash just like 1929. Bull this week, bear. Bull before bear. Side-eyeing. Yeah, Max, I'm just going to put it out there. I got to mess with you a little bit. I'm going to preface this with this is all joking. Kind of. This is kind of joking, Max. But I got in short right here. If you guys know me about anything, if you guys know anything about me, you guys know I'm resilient. I can hold for light years. I can hold this for 5 weeks if I needed to short. You guys know me. You know, I definitely don't sell pretty quickly in like 5 minutes. I definitely can hold a long, long, long time. You told me to short. You told me to go long right there, Max. I'm gonna put it out there.
You're still long?
Max long, right here. You heard it here first, guys. You heard it here first. I definitely wouldn't have sold this in 3 minutes at the bottom of the range like I normally do. I feel like I would have held it longer. You know, I just feel like I would. I feel like I would have. Oh, Max, you will never hear the end of it, bro. You'll never hear the end of it. Maybe we get back up there, though. Look at the Nasdaq. It's starting to fight its way back some. Everyone is bullish, but on the edge and ready to be a bear. A lot of anxiety about the market. The guy Max is about to get chewed. Yeah. Choppy until CPI. We might actually chop until CPI. Yeah, it's funny because I would have never, ever, ever held it this long. If you can't gauge the sarcasm in my tone, I would have never held it this long at all. I would have sold, realistically, I would have sold like right here. Like, just to be honest. I hate to be honest about it, but being honest, I would have sold it in like 5 minutes. It doesn't matter anyway. I'm just messing with you, but yeah.
You hate to be honest? You should never hate to be honest, John.
I hate being honest sometimes, but I'm so honest I have to be honest anyway, you know? Honest
John.
Honest John, that's right, you know? Johnny Honest Seed, you know?
Oh, God, that was bad.
That was all right. I know it was. I knew it was terrible before I said it, but, you know, I had to say it anyway. Because I have to be honest, guys. I have to be honest. Anyways, Nasdaq's still trying here. Nasdaq is still trying. It's at the 29,430s. Yeah, Johnest. I like it. I like it. Everybody's telling me to go long right now, dude. Honestly, y'all think we'll get a crazy rebound today? I don't know, man. What's up, Bobby?
They're talking about in terms of football. You know, go long. Somebody's going to throw you the ball.
Right. Okay. I'm going long right now. In my mind.
I'm not. I just pictured you like running off stream.
All right. I pictured me with like the Heisman, you know, the Heisman look.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, nobody could see me doing it just now, but I just did the Heisman pose, so you know.
Yeah. That's my new nickname. Char. John Justice. I like it. Johnny Justice, maybe. If there's one thing I love, it's justice, guys. It's justice.
Sounds like a bad 80s detective show.
I don't know. I almost want to short this. As much as I hate to go counter trend, I kind of want to short this right now, guys. We had a pretty good day on Friday. Let me see. How much did we make on Friday? Let me look. Yeah. How much did we make on Friday? We only made $200 on Friday? I thought we did better than that. Maybe fees? I don't know. Oh, I lost like, yeah. We made a couple hundred, which is not bad. It was a good week. It was a good week. But we could have made more.
Oh, wow. NVIDIA CEO partnership with SK Hynix, SK Telecom could bring hundreds of billions of dollars of business to South Korea in future.
Yes. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, and NVIDIA's bouncing back here. NVIDIA's still over 200, which is good. All-time highs are what, 240s? Yeah, right around 240s. So, they're pulling back some. NVIDIA's kind of lagged behind some other stocks, though, in the AI space, especially memory right now.
So where are gold and silver in the wake of all this?
Gold is still pretty down. You know, gold is not really liking it, although it has bounced back some here. Gold is not liking the high yield environment because less people buy gold because they choose to buy bonds instead because now bonds are paying out higher yields. All right, so we did have Iran's president, Pezeshkian, saying, quote, diplomacy and defense are the two wings of national power. We have neither left the field nor the negotiating table, end quote. And again, I'll say it again, even though I've said this a million times. That's optimistic. The fact that they're not, like, they're acknowledging they're still negotiating is a good sign. It's a good sign. Should I short this right now, though, guys? This is what I'm really thinking about. Let me see if I can short a pop. We're getting a little wiggle drop here. Let's see if I need a little bounce here. I'll take one. We'll take one. I don't want to miss it if we do start to break down. The one micro that could here, but it's just one. I might add to it if it rebounds back up too. We could squeeze the bears out this morning, but I think there's reasons to be nervous as well. Like, barring we get some type of set in stone deal done with Iran, I think markets are nervous. What's essentially reeling back is Jensen Huang saying good things about chips, saying buy the dip, basically. But let's see. Gold short. FOMO? I don't know if this is necessarily FOMO. FOMO would be going long right here, maybe. Depends on how strong things are. I mean, we're green on the trade. It's very small, but we'll try to add some more to it if we bounce. Yeah, so that news BT came out about 20 minutes ago. That's what ultimately moved oil down. Oil dropped to 91.5s. So here, I'm going to add a little bit more to this bounce here. We're in that part of the day where we got to build up a small cushion first. I might add a little bit more up to like 415s as well. And then that's it right here. And then we'll cut it if we reject. Don't short today. You'll short, then it'll give you another leg up. Yeah, maybe. We're trading small though right now. Like, I have to trade small the first half of the day to build up a profit. All right, there we go. Look at this.
Way to go, John.
I know. Look, we're green. We dropped immediately. Let's see if we keep dropping.
According to an Indian trade official, India is pushing for preferential tariff compared to competing economies in U.S. deal. I mean, it's not really. I mean, I'd push for preferential tariff treatment as well, you know?
Right, doesn't everybody want preferential treatment? So we are very green on the trade now. We made about a little bit from the trade. Very small, but we trade progressive. So what I mean by progressive is that we slowly add more size.
You scale in or out.
Yeah. Okay, so I did just get news that the Israel PM and the U.S. president spoke a short time ago via N12 news sources, say, waiting for a clear directive from the political echelon on where we are headed. All right, so this is actually working out really nicely here. There we go. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take this off right here and just, like, we made like 150 bucks or whatever that is. Just got out. I probably could have held it a little bit longer. I thought we were a little up too much on the day. I thought we maybe overreacted a little bit to that news, and it looks like that was right. It was just a little piece of this, though. Maybe I should have held my larger size longer, but that's all right.
See, and right when Sam dared you to hold until it breaks above the 9 EMA, dared you.
The 9 EMA is falling, though. The 9 EMA would have been about break even on the trade, really, at this point in time. I think this is the 9 that I have on my chart.
Yeah. be fair, he didn't double dog dare you, so never mind.
Right. It wasn't valid. It wasn't valid. You know.
Yeah.
Double dog dare, I sent it back. You know. But yeah, we got a lot of geopolitical news today. It's an interesting backdrop for the morning here. Yeah, I see reopening Iraqi airspace to air flights according to news there. Again, NVIDIA CEO says NVIDIA has been working with Samsung Electronics on ASICS. Okay, so yeah, so Iran did announce that it's halting military operations after both sides attacked. Details include the IRGC warned that any further strikes would trigger a far stronger and more forceful response. The president tweeted earlier saying that they must immediately stop. He also announced that both sides are looking to do an immediate ceasefire. Is this an overreaction, chat? We could look at Nick Timmeros here posting about CPI estimates on X here. You know, look at these CPI estimates. Year over year, a lot of people think we're going to come in over 4%. I mean, I think the expected is 4.2%. So this is kind of the scary print for CPI, is that almost everybody thinks we're going to show up at over 4% for year-over-year CPI inflation data on Wednesday. Bank of America 4.2, Barclays 4.3, Citadel 4.2. Core is even expected. Core is expected to go down 0.1%, but they are still pricing in higher oil prices with year-over-year headline CPI. So that might be a scary print as well here. Yeah, I saw.
Go ahead.
Go. I was just gonna say I saw futures open up green yesterday. I don't think we're back enough to, unless we get more finalized news about a ceasefire. I don't think we're back enough to not pull back though and drop. And so my bias is slightly bearish today. Although again, I'm gonna say this: who freaking knows what we're gonna do here? Who freaking knows? My bias is slightly bearish. I think there's a good chance we could fill some of the gap to the upside. But I think if we turn down and start to get close to those lows, fear might uptick. And then, you know, we're going to start dropping some. Oil is all the way down to 91s, though, as I say this. So, like, look at oil futures. So, oil futures are still falling. Just cracked lows again. They're at 91.28 this morning, 91.28. CPI is Wednesday. Jensen said buy the dip. He did actually say buy the dip. Yeah. We catch back up in the chat. Yeah, CPI is Wednesday. PPI, which has actually given us a lot more volatile reactions recently, is Thursday. And what markets are pricing in right now is higher yields. Now, some of these oil drops, so if oil continues to fall and like goes under $90 a barrel, markets might ultimately be more excited for yields going down, and markets might get rid of some of the pricing in that we're seeing for rate hikes this year, right? So if oil continues to fall and we continue to get a deeper ceasefire, you know, oil going up is inflationary, obviously. Oil going up raises prices on everything. When inflation is high, you can't cut interest rates, and if inflation is over a certain extent, if inflation has risen over a certain extent, then markets start to price in rate hikes, and that's what we're seeing over the last few days. We saw payrolls come in at 172K last week. 172K. Unemployment stayed the same at 4.3%, but payrolls were expected at 85, 80. They showed up at 172,000. A lot of people did argue that some of the rises that we saw in payrolls were due to seasonal work from specifically the World Cup. You know, a lot of it was leisure and hospitality numbers increasing. And that's true, but they did revise some of the previous numbers up a pretty big margin as well. So we had big revisions in the previous data as well on the upside, right? So, and this is some of the reactions we saw last week as well. We made a short about this last week. If you guys haven't been tuning in, like we made a short before NFP data dropped that said specifically, hey, we could react negatively to a strong print on Friday, you know? And so...
And what happened, John?
And we reacted negatively to a strong print.
Well, there you go.
So if you want to know who to tune in for this stuff, you should tune into this channel. You know. A lot of people were arguing that strong payrolls would make the market go up and all these different things. And again, you got to look at the correlations. Jolt's stronger than expected. Nasdaq went down. ADP monthly report, payroll data, stronger than expected. Nasdaq went down. And so just following that trend, it was predictable on Friday. It was predictable.
Basically, John called it, you guys. Everybody listen to John.
Everybody give me, your love and admiration, because we did that. We did that. We called it right. We called it right.
Big ups to John, everybody.
I know. We did it, guys. We did it. How you doing today, Max? Yeah, I think probably the president actually came out pretty critical of the negative reaction that we got. But an Israeli source says Trump and Netanyahu spoke on Monday. We did see that.
Yes, it does.
Where's Michael Saylor at? We got news that Saylor sold Bitcoin last week. That made Bitcoin go down. That plus higher yields. He's still tweeting, but Bitcoin is holding some. It's in a holding pattern.
But John, do you think the Friday drop was more NFP or liquidity hunt for the SpaceX IPO?
I think it was a little bit of both. I think it was a little bit of both plus memory. I think people started unloading memory plays as well on Friday. So I think it was a little bit of everything. I think it was high payrolls, higher yields. Market didn't like higher yields. Gold started dropping down. Memory started correcting a little bit with MU and SanDisk and more. People started getting nervous about a bubble altogether. And then now we're heading into like inflation data week. I think it was a little bit of everything, to be honest.
Okay. Well, also just to cite my sources, that was not me asking that excellent question. That was Steve.
Oh, well, thank you, Steve. Yeah, no, for sure. What's your guess on CPI? Alyssa, I don't know yet. I don't know. I'll have to give some prediction later. I really don't know yet. I'll wait until we get closer to the actual data release to cover that, Yeah, Broadcom actually sparked some of this drop. Where's Broadcom at right now? Speaking of Broadcom. Here's Broadcom right here. Yeah, Broadcom. It's back some, but this is Broadcom's earnings. Broadcom was $500+ a share prior to its earnings. It missed guidance. Didn't it miss EPS? What did it miss? It missed revenue, actually. So Broadcom missed revenue and lowered, it had disappointing guidance, and Nasdaq went down. Broadcom went down. It is now down. It was 500. It's now at about 400. So it is now down 20% from its earnings release for Broadcom. Broadcom has had a wild few years, though. If you look at a weekly chart for Broadcom, I mean, look, this thing was, in 2023, this thing was $50 a share. I remember this thing in 2023 as well, all right? And so Broadcom, obviously down pretty big here at $400 a share now. It's one of the big stories in AI right now.
Was it time to buy Broadcom now that it's down?
It could be. Depends on how long we're talking. Yeah, so like Broadcom is a semiconductor software company. It made $51.6 billion in revenue in 2024. So it does semiconductor solutions. They don't sell to consumers. They sell to other tech companies that build infrastructure on the internet. AI accelerators is one of their growth engines. They design custom AI chips for hyperscalers, networking chips, and more. And so they have a lot to do with AI, and they're enwrapped in a lot of aspects of AI. But yeah, I mean, a lot of people are nervous and saying AI is overextended. And I guess this is a good question for the chat as well. Is AI in a bubble right now, guys? Are we in a bubble? Is the music too loud? I can turn it down.
Probably on both. I don't know. But also, not to sound too ignorant here, but what is hyperscaling?
Hyperscaling is, let me make sure I get this right. I'm gonna make sure I say it right, just so I don't mess it up. No,
I get you.
Yeah, it's IT architecture to seamless scale distributed computing resources up or down in response to increased demand.
Okay, it's cool.
Yeah, so they build data centers, basically.
Okay, and also just we're talking about Broadcom, I remembered somebody talking about it earlier on in the chat, and Dan earlier said that, fun fact, Motley Fool recommended Broadcom back in 2019.
Yeah, Broadcom. I had a lot of people talking up Broadcom back in the day too. It was never one of my big holdings, but yeah, I wanted to make sure I could say it right, because if I get one aspect of it wrong, people are gonna be like, John, you know. So I want to make sure I got it right.
Wrong with you, John? God.
I know, dude. John, you're supposed to know everything here. I know. But it, yeah. But AVGO's up a lot. What's the PE ratio for AVGO? Let's talk about it. It's really not that bad. I mean, it sits. I mean, it's not good. Its forward PE is better than its trailing. So 62 roughly PE ratio for AVGO. Not right now. It's just the beginning. Is it time to buy Broadcom? Broadcom never had anything to do with data centers. You have one job, John. I know, dude. I know. Listen. Is it time to buy Broadcom though? Chat. It's better. Hey, hey, thank you, Methodical. I appreciate the sub. Thank you, brother. How you translate PE ratio? PE ratio, just to give you guys the math behind it, right? Like you take up. I'll show you guys how to calculate PE ratio yourself. Trailing 12-month PE is taking the last 4 quarters EPS, adding them together, and then dividing it by 4. And so, like, if you have $1 EPS, let's just make it really easy, right? If you got $1 EPS, or wait, I'm sorry, I think I missed an aspect of it. You take a, all right, to get PE, let's say we got $2 PE one quarter, $2 PE the next quarter, $2 PE the next quarter, $2 PE the next quarter. It gives you 8. Yeah, it gives you. Wait. Okay. No. It gives you 8 is what it gives you. Then you would take the price of the company, right? Like let's say the price is $300, and then you divide it by 8, and that gives you a PE ratio of 37.5, right? So you take it, PE ratio stands for price divided by earnings. So you take however much the price is, and you divide it by the yearly EPS. So you add up the 4 quarters EPS, and you take the yearly EPS, and you divide that by the price. And then that gives you the PE ratio.
Good
John is the bubble.
Thank you.
Is John in a bubble? When your PE is too high, it's time. Yeah, the higher PE is worse. You want a lower PE ratio because that means it's more fairly priced, if that makes sense. A lot of people use forward PE, like what the company's projected to do in the future, versus what's called a TTM PE ratio, which means for trailing 12-month. Yeah, so we did have the president of the IRGC say, quote, "Our priority is national security and the peace of our people. We will defend the right of the nation with authority and will not retreat in the face of any threat. Diplomacy and defense are the 2 wings of national power. We have neither abandoned the field nor the negotiating table." Yeah, so we saw this earlier.
I was about to say, why is he repeating himself?
No, it's just news coming out early.
I know.
Oil. Yeah, look at that oil. We're at 91s here. 91s.
U.S. urges NATO allies to use defense funds to replace Huawei kit. I'm assuming I'm saying that right. I'm not sure.
Oh, wait. You saw some news come out? Let me see.
And Germany's Uniper, Canada's KSI, listens signed letter of interest for possible LNG supply agreement.
Okay. LNG is liquefied natural gas.
Yeah. I just couldn't say some of those names or whatever that is.
Yeah. Welcome to my life, bro. Welcome to my life. We did have Iraq reopen its airspace, which is good news.
Yeah.
You know, that's definitely de-escalating. The AI spending is heating up a little bit. Let's see what we get for some of these AI names today. So lower PE is bullish for the stock. Lower PE means the stock is, there's more value in regards to price for the stock. Right, so I don't know if it's bullish. It's more value for the company. When, like, ideally, you want to look like, historically. I'm trying to think of the best way to put this. Okay, the reality of it is, thank you so much for the donation. I'll look at that in just a second. The reality of it is, you have to look at the company's 10-year history to see what the average PE ratio is and see what the PE ratio is relative to that company's average over the sector's average over the last like 10 years, 5 years, right? Like that's how a lot of like seasoned investors do it. Is like they'll look at the last 5 or 10 years average PE ratio and then see where the PE ratio is at now to see where the pricing power is versus historical numbers. But ideally, you want a low PE ratio. Historically, a good PE ratio is like under 20, right? So it's like 15 is good. Under 20. So like under 20 is good. Right now, though, after AI is kind of taken off, pricing has gotten a little bit worse in regards to like PE ratio. So I would say right now, most companies that people are going to see are good value companies are going to be like 25 or like 28 or like 30. They're going to say, hey, 28, 30, that's pretty good PE ratio. Let's buy it now. Where historically it was like 15 or better. But we've just seen some big stuff go up in AI. We've seen pricing power erode a little bit in terms of that. AVGO margins were lowered by 270 points and for the guidance for the next quarters, even lower margins, which made people think AI is slowing the pace. Yeah, for sure. They missed revenue, I think, right? And then they lowered their guidance, Don. Thank you so much for the donation, my friend. I appreciate it. Oh, you gave me 2 different donations. Oh, goodness.
Thank you.
Let me see what the second one says.
You're very generous and nice person. We appreciate it.
Yeah, is this 2 donations back to back, or is it just?
I'm not sure. I think it's.
Yeah, it's just one.
I think it's just giving you the same one.
Yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thanks so much. Is CPI is coming this week. Yes. What's up, Fimi?
SSGFL says, thank you, John, for simplifying this. John is a great explainer of things,
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of people correct me on hyperscaler stuff.
That's okay. I mean,
Yeah, a hyperscaler. Yeah, look, a hyperscaler is a company that builds and operates data centers at scale, like huge data centers. Like, hey, thank you, Junior the Kid. We're talking about like big data centers the size of football fields.
Man, we ought to get in on that.
Yeah, dude, let's start a data center, guys. Some of the big 5 hyperscalers like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Meta, Oracle.
They'll never see us coming.
Yeah, bro. Listen. I got a shipping container home, bro. Let's build a data center there. Also, guys, MicroStrategy. We just got news that MicroStrategy has purchased 1,550 Bitcoin right now. Look, I'll put this news up in chat. 1,550 Bitcoin. Yeah. And Bitcoin is somehow reacting negatively to this news. Look at Bitcoin drop. It's now under 63,000. Again, we did just get news, chat. Just got it. That they are now offering, or that Strategy has bought Bitcoin again. They sold Bitcoin last week, and markets did not like that at all. They freaked out. And now we got news that Saylor. Look, I'll put this news back up on the screen here. Let me see if it shows up. Yeah, we got this news right here that MicroStrategy apparently bought 1,550 Bitcoin.
Wow.
So they're back to buying Bitcoin. But Bitcoin does not like this. Look at this.
How is that a negative impact?
I don't know. Markets, again, buy the rumor, sell the news is probably kind of right here. Max is saying it. Again, buy the rumor, sell the news. Michael Saylor said, Strategy has acquired 1,550 Bitcoin for $101 million to increase our Bitcoin reserve to 845,256 Bitcoin. We have also increased our USD reserve by 100 million to 1 billion. Buy the rumor, sell the news.
Oh, Check says, can I be the janitor? I'm assuming in our data center that we're going to start.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, but we've already engaged the services of Roomba, so...
Right, for sure. Yeah. Robot janitors are no janitor at all,
Yeah.
I've seen scrubs, guys. I know. We're not bringing that craziness in here. Yeah, it doesn't really specify how they financed it, but it's Saylor, so. Yeah, let's see what oil does. Oil rebounding a little bit. Here's the Nasdaq. I was shorting up here. Was that the right move? I was shorting up here, but we've kind of just trended sideways since then. So it looks like I cut it at the right time. We got out almost at the bottom here of this range on the Nasdaq, but Yeah, so I see Jose talk about this. Yeah, again, higher PE ratio means it's more expensive as a company. Lower PE ratio says it means it's cheaper as a company, like I said earlier. Low PE ratio is good. It means it's cheaper. It makes its earnings to price are more in tune with, value. If it's high PE ratio, that means it might be a little expensive.
Israeli source to Channel 14, our operations against Hezbollah in Lebanon continue.
Yeah. I'm
looking
at.
It's going to do anything too.
I don't know. It depends on who the source is, but we'll see. I don't know. Market's not really reacting to it. Up or down, up or down. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be easy to predict. They bought to sell off more. Is it time to buy or sell, guys? We did a poll. Ceasefire before November. 60% say yes out of 500 votes. 41% say no.
Yeah, I just figured in the wake of all that stuff that we've been talking about, it was at least worth mentioning. Sorry.
No, for sure. No, it's good stuff to mention. Morgan Stanley thinks tech's record pullback is just a healthy reset for the bull market, according to their top stock market strategist. Nasdaq Composite went down 4.2% on Friday. South Korea's Kospi index dropped 8.1% and was halted. A lot of big banks are saying it's not time to pull, like it's time to buy, basically, is what they're saying. I'm not saying I agree with them, but this is not investment advice. But Friday's sell-off was led by semiconductor and memory. And memory stocks like MU are bouncing back some here. MU's at 920s here. SanDisk is at 1620s. And then we even heard news that Google was developing. What was the news that I heard over the weekend? I think somebody talked about it in our Discord. Let me scroll up and figure out exactly what it was. I think Checkerboard or somebody was talking about it in our Discord. Let me see what it was. Yeah, so rumors that Google just released an AI tool called TurboVec that shrinks memory requirements by 92%. What? 92%. Again, this is just kind of a speculation, I should say. But again, Google releasing an AI tool called TurboVec that shrinks memory requirements. Maybe that's making people nervous, but memory plays are back up today.
I mean, if there is anything to it, that's pretty impactful.
It's still a rumor right now, though. It's still a rumor right now. We'll see if it follows through. Yeah,
I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying if it does happen to be true, that's pretty awesome.
Right. And yeah, we'll see. But it's bad for memory. It's bad for DRAM and memory.
Good for the consumers of it, though.
Do you guys believe this? What do you guys think? Game changing if true, yeah, for sure. This is old news.
Well, so okay, but not to us.
Your girlfriend doesn't understand. This is prime time to buy. From now until October, long-term holding.
Yeah, somebody said their girlfriend said they'd leave him if they bought any more Bitcoin. I sure miss her.
Yeah. Girlfriend or Bitcoin, guys? That's the question. Girlfriend or Bitcoin? Put it up in the chat right now. Let me know.
Dude, Bitcoin.
Yeah. I'm married, so. But if I had a girlfriend,
if you think she's the one, then the girlfriend. But right. If not, Bitcoin.
If I had a girlfriend, it would be Bitcoin. Definitely Bitcoin.
Also,
everybody said Bitcoin.
Very sad because we've got 1,000 people watching and we've only got 148 likes. Very disappointing.
Don't make Brit cry, guys. Don't make him cry. Okay.
I'm an ugly crier, you guys. So and I will open the camera and show you, but but don't make me do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, don't make him cry, guys. Bitcoin's
John's one of the top 3 criers, though.
Yeah, listen. Britt wrote this poem today, guys. He said, "Bitcoin's eyes, like a gypsy's lies, cuts right through the night. Now those eyes are another guy's, and I'm alone with my pain." Britt wrote that this morning. Britt wrote it this morning. I saw him write it. I saw him write that this morning.
I have the soul of a poet, everybody.
Yeah. He's going to publish that.
Britt's big book of poetry.
That's right. All right, let's trade a little bit here. I'm trying to trade here. Let's see what we get.
Let's do it.
Nasdaq up to 29,411. Britt's a closeted goth poet. I knew it.
No, Britt is an openly goth poet.
Yeah,
Right,
so
I
Google.
I do love the Telltale Heart. Sorry, John.
Yeah, Google claimed it's only reducing it by 8 to 10% apparently. What a waste of not having a poll. We have a poll right now. Let's do another poll. What's the new poll? Is it time to buy Bitcoin? I think that's a good question right now. Is it time to buy Bitcoin? Yes or no?
Oh, I was going to go with his Britt the greatest poet since Robert Frost, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we all know how the poll would go in that regard, Britt.
Yeah, I guess we do.
The answer would be yes. The answer would be yes.
Obviously.
All right, so yeah, Michael Saylor bought more Bitcoin. I'm just waiting to see. Nasdaq is liking this day so far here, but I think we are heading into CPI inflation week. So we are heading into CPI inflation. If inflation comes in higher than expected, Bitcoin is probably going to go down because Bitcoin wants easing. A rate hike is now fully priced in by the end of this year. The markets now expect roughly 72% chance that we are going to get a rate hike by the end of the year, by December of this year. A 72 to 73% chance if you look at the odds right now. This is up dramatically from where we started the week last week. And so, yeah. We'll see what happens. But
what do you mean explain what Bitcoin does, Dirty South?
Yeah. I mean, look, the valuable part of it is blockchain, and Bitcoin's kind of the alpha of blockchain. Blockchain's easy. You can send money anywhere very easily without red tape, right? It's valuable for the same reason PayPal is valuable, or like a bank is powerful. It's valuable for the same reason. It's not hackable. It's not, at least not right now. Speaking of this, though, Bitcoin is starting to fall down some here. Bitcoin is valuable for the same reason software can be valuable. CPI is at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, Dan. 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Oil is actually rebounding back up a little bit too here. So look at oil. Not a lot, but it has bounced back up to 92s. So 1% or so back up. Watching the dollar until the Fed meeting. Yeah, I'm watching the dollar too to get some, interesting gauge of how yields are doing as well. Dollar will go up with yields are up. Yields are down slightly, but on the day, but still up dramatically from last week. CPI is Wednesday, Pew. It is Wednesday, sir. Yeah, so CPI is actually Wednesday. PPI gave us some crazier reactions than CPI did the last report. Remember, PPI showed up at a very high print. It showed up at 1.4% month over month for PPI. That's the one that freaked people out too. So this is a big week, like a busy week. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Let me look at our poll here. So we did a poll. Is it time to buy Bitcoin? Here's Bitcoin right here. You're going to see dips until the CPI report and PPI. Yeah, it depends on how much we take off. Femi says, John, I honestly don't see a hike by this Fed, and he's changing forward guidance criteria volatility up. Yeah, you might be right. I mean, he was put in by the president, so I would assume he's going to be dovish. But I think we might see, like I've said, I think we might see more cuts under him. I think we'll figure out more next week when the actual FOMC meeting is. I think we might see more cuts than people expect with him, but I think he's going to be less likely to print. And so I think we will see rate cuts potentially under Warsh, but I think he's going to be less likely to print and do like quantitative easing. So he's been historically really critical of QE. And so there's a lot of talk, like I said last week, about him doing QT and then also cutting interest rates at the same time to see how it affects things, which is kind of like a balanced. It's a little weird though.
I hope he does do it. I just want to see what effect it has.
I don't know. I mean, I want rates to go down, but I also understand the conflict that we're currently in and what that's doing specifically to, inflation. But I do want to see, obviously, I want to see inflation go down a little bit before we get anything like that.
Yeah, I get you.
Oracle earnings come out Wednesday. Yes, sir. Rate hike is very unlikely. Yeah, I mean, it depends on how long this conflict lasts. Like, whether we do rate hikes this year is really going to depend on whether the conflict is still here as we go into August, September this year. So it's going to depend on where, it's going to depend on what markets do leading into August and September. You know, because if markets are still pricing in elevated oil, I don't know if we're going to get a rate hike. I really don't know. It depends on, honestly, we'll hear from Warsh. I think, I think we're going to pause rates next Wednesday for the Fed meeting. But what we will see is where Warsh stands in regards to sentiment regarding rates. And so I think, you know, we're going to pause on Wednesday next week. But I think hearing from Warsh and what he's got to say regarding everything is going to be crucial. It's going to be important. And again, we'll stream the entire thing. Wednesday next week, we'll stream the entire thing. Sorry. I'm coughing, man.
You good, dude?
Yeah, I'm good.
Sound like Derek Zoolander over there, you know?
I know, dude. Listen, I was practicing, man. I was practicing. You know? I am him. I am him, you know?
You are he?
I am him. You know? My pop works in the mines, you know?
Yeah. The black and white pop.
Yeah, I don't know. We've heard a lot of stuff about that, but I don't know. I'm not going to go too deep into that. I do see some news releases about sirens sounding in northern Israel. So I'm curious to see what oil's going to start doing, whether oil's starting to bounce back. We got news earlier that both sides said they would stop basically attacking, but
yeah,
oil is down. But we'll see if that actually holds. Again, you guys know we've seen deals after deal news after deal news after deal news, and so we will see. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean some of the like different facets of it aren't looking too good. Like Hezbollah just statement saying they targeted an artillery site in Edessa.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm skeptical, as we should be. I hope we get a deal done, but I've heard it enough to where I'm skeptical. Just long the Nasdaq.
I've just been confused how like we've had consistent fighting in the middle of a ceasefire. Doesn't that like automatically mean there's not really a ceasefire? It's just weird. It's a weird situation. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. Pretty exhausted. Yeah, we'll see, guys. Again, I don't know which way the market's going to go today. I think Friday was very, very bearish. Over the weekend, I would say was pretty bearish. But then this morning, we got some Trump tweets. We got news that both sides might stop. And now markets are optimistic here. Memory stocks are bouncing back. I'm really watching like MU, SanDisk, and other memory plays to see what they do. Told you I'd be back for my credit. Okay, was taken out by Bitcoin like I told you guys a month ago. What was taken out by Bitcoin? Okay, Robot says go long.
It's okay. I mean, yeah, that was kind of unclear. Sorry. I was trying to figure that out too.
Yeah, do we bounce back higher here? Does the market close above where we're at now? I guess is the big question here. Does the market close above?
Talking about deals, have you used John's discount code? That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a great question. What a deal, guys. What a steal. It's a steal of a deal, they say.
You can't afford not to.
Yeah. Yeah, again, guys, check out Apex right now. Apex's sale, I think, ends in 2 days. But right now, you can get accounts. What is the cheapest account on Apex? I think it's $17 each. You can get 5 for $85 right now on Apex. It's a pretty good deal. Speaking of deals, check it out. Great way to help support the channel. You can also use it on Lucid right now. Great company. Tradeify, great company. Take Profit, great company. I'll put the link up if you want to check out Apex right now. They are an affiliate of mine. I'm biased, but genuinely useful.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they're not good. I mean, I would imagine that you're biased because they are, in fact, they provide a good service.
Right. Oh, for sure. For sure. Definitely. Yeah, you guys know how it goes. I get at least once I told you so comment from the chat every day. At least once I told you so comment from the chat every day. They're like, John, 3 years ago, I told you to buy the Nasdaq. Maybe you did, guys. Maybe you did. Here's the Apex link if you want to check it out.
The chat has a long memory, huh, John?
They do, bro. They do. I get somebody coming back here and being like, yo, I told you this. Sometimes I don't even see I never even saw their original message.
Told you 10 years ago gold was going to go up. Well, thank you.
Yeah, just want to say thanks for all what you were doing. Hey, thank you, Don. My guy, thank you, Don. I appreciate it.
You're one of the good ones, Don.
Shout out to Don. You know. Don't make Andre mad. Where's the collared shirt? What collared shirt? I don't even know what a collared shirt is, bro. Is this a collar right here? I can't tell. Is this a collar? I don't know.
No,
Let me know.
I mean, there's a reason they call him Collarless John.
I'm trans. Don't try to act like you don't know what I'm talking about. Let me check, bro. I really genuinely it's all love. You gotta understand. I read so many different names going through my chat room here. Let's take a look, though. I'll look at your logs, Chance, or Trance, or whatever your name is. Let's check out your logs.
France Uno, they're a favor of the card. I mean, a friend of the card. Yeah. Love the card game, apparently.
Yeah, it doesn't go back that long. It doesn't go back that long, but I'm just going to go ahead and believe you. So I'm going to go ahead and believe you. Good job, Trance. You did it. You called it. You know,
You're the
said
man,
it.
Trance, or
you called it.
Whatever.
You did it, man. You did it. I can't go back that long, but congratulations. You have done it. All right, you have done it. You did say so. You did say so. I don't know if you did, but I'm just going to assume you did. Congratulations. Everybody applause for Trance right now in chat right now. Give him an applause right now.
And figure out a way to make it audible, even though it's not possible.
Want to look? I'll give him one in the chat right now. Where's my chat? Applause, Trance.
I don't know if that came through, but I applauded.
Look, here's my applause to you. There you go. There you go. Here's your flowers, Trance. Everybody's applauding you. Yeah, there you go. Just for you, brother. Just for you. Yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah. We knew you could do it, bro. We knew you could do it. I believed in you the whole time. The whole time. I don't remember who you are, but I believed in you the whole time.
Complete faith.
Yeah. All right, guys. Nasdaq's at this high level here. I'm really tempted to short again. I don't know. Maybe that's American greed. Like, I'm really tempted to short. I think if we look at a 20-day chart, it looks like a continuation short. But I think we could also fill the gap. I think 30,000 is still pretty far above us. Trance's whole life was riding on that one. Yeah, Bitcoin 50 to 60. You demand? Yeah, that's right. Frank says applause would be banned.
Hey, so how's the tech sector doing overall in the face of this drop?
Well, it depends, man. Nvidia is still, like, most of them are still down from where we opened on Friday, right? So here's where we opened on Friday. Here's Nvidia, which is kind of the main one in the tech sector. It's back up a little bit, but it's still net down from where it opened on Friday. Memory plays are a very similar story here. You look at MU. They're still down from where we opened on Friday, but less down. You know, less down here. Look at a 5-minute chart. You know, MU and SanDisk have rebounded a pretty decent amount. But remember, MU was over 1,000 a few days ago, right? So MU was at almost $1,100 back on the 3rd of June. So they're starting to come back some, but I don't know. I think we could get we could get a continuation down. Oil is steady falling down, though. So oil has gotten all the way down to 91.60s. It's still green on the day. It's still up on the day. But it's still down enough to where people are kind of nervous regarding it. So we'll see.
But excuse me, sorry. But NVIDIA is the main metric to go by then.
Right. Yeah, for sure. NVIDIA. Well, you can look at NVIDIA. It depends on what sector. Chips, you can look at NVIDIA. You know, memory, you can look at like SanDisk, you can look at MU. You know, it just depends on which sector we're talking about.
Okay, what about for AI?
Well, this is all has to do with AI. One of them is chips, one of them is memory from data center use, one of them, you know, you got hyperscalers like Google.
I didn't really think about it from that perspective, sorry.
Right, like they're all wrapped in AI. It's not like AI is just one specific sector. It depends on what kind of AI we're talking about. Whether we're talking about chips or hyperscalers or memory, you know, they're all related to AI. They're all going up because of AI. You know, memory plays are going up because you're going to need memory to build these data centers, you know. And so Yeah, it just depends. Meta's still down a pretty significant amount. Didn't Meta have news? Nothing's changed in fundamentals. It'll be at all-time highs by the end of the month. Everyone's just scared over nothing in the long term. What are you thinking about the market today with gapping up like this? You actually think it's going to hold or think it's going to make a new low? I said earlier, and I'm going to stick to my bias here. My bias is bearish. My bias is bearish. Although I do not think it's easy necessarily to predict. But my bias is bearish. I'm also looking at gold, right? So we made some money on gold last week. What do you guys think of gold? Is it long or short? Gold is going to react negatively to higher yield. So like if inflation data comes out higher than expected this week, yeah, we already got that news though, Brett. But if inflation data comes in higher than expected this week, gold is going to react negatively. But gold is back up on the day. It was at 4,300. It's back up to 4,350. So it's still down net over the last week, but it's still up some on the day here. And I'm tempted to short it. I am tempted to short it. All right, we're shorting gold. We're starting small here. I just think it might be really easy for high yields to start scaring people. And that is negative for gold. So I think it might be easy for to get high yields to start scaring people. And yields are up. And so I think... what trading platform am I using? Yeah, SpaceX IPO at the end of the week will be interesting too. People have become so greedy, hitting all-time highs. Yeah, I'm down on this trade, but we're green on the day altogether. But we've had like a triple top up here, so I just want to see if we dip down to like 43.50 or so, 43.40s. We are now short in gold. Maybe it's American greed. Let me fix this so you guys can actually see the trade. We are short in gold. We are down. Out 1/2 of the long position in Nasdaq. Stay long in Nasdaq. Thank you, brother, for your answer. I was thinking embarrass myself. I knew it would be some kind of release bounce today, and it makes me feel better about bears right now. Yeah, I mean, it just depends, bro. Nobody knows where we're going from here. It depends on what kind of news we get, how the market reacts to the opening bell in an hour, you know? So again, Friday, a good example of this, right? Is like Friday we had bad economic data. We are not bad, but we had strong jobs data, which made people nervous about yields and inflation and rate hikes. And we reacted negatively initially to that data, but the opening bell is really when things started to like truly react to it. We saw big pullbacks at the opening bell in memory and everything else. So it depends on how markets respond to the opening bell. Today, we have seen a slight recovery bounce in markets for sure. Nasdaq, S&P, Dow have even bounced back today. Where's the Dow? So we have seen markets react favorably to this. But it's a situation where it's not necessarily easy to predict right now. We could go either way. Like we could go up, down, sideways at a big amount. I'm probably going to start to sell this. I don't like this move. So we got out. We're flat on the day now. But the opening bell is going to be the interesting thing. We could see some unlocked volatility towards the opening bell. And I think that's what you got to be wary of, you know. Looks like it's at support. Yeah, light chaser. We can't comment like that, bro. Come on now. What are your views on Natty Gas? I don't know, Hayden. We'll see, bro. We'll see, dude. I maybe could have held this gold trade, but it just pushed up a little bit too much. Nightbot is a punk. John told me on the side to full port SpaceX, so naturally I'll be taking that as financial advice. Of course not. If market tears at the opening bell, what's a good take profit level? On the downside, if we're looking at the Nasdaq here, we can look at the S&P too, but look at the Nasdaq jump here. So Nasdaq almost back up to 29.5s. I think 29K depends on how deep we get, but maybe 29,000 down here is going to be an interesting level. 240s, 250s, I think are interesting here if you're going to like take profit on the downside, just because that's the higher volume area of the node. We might start chopping once we get down there. Not investment advice. A level I'm looking at short term is 29,500s. I want to see if we get over. That's the halfway mark to 30K here, but the Nasdaq is jumping here. Look at this. Nasdaq is rising. What changed Friday that makes the market susceptible to a pullback? High economic data, fears of inflation, and rate hike odds going up. One of the big stories, like I said earlier, is the odds of a rate hike now are 73%. So now we have, according to the Fed Watch tool, which is obviously subject to change, but we have a 73% chance that we're going to raise rates this year. 73% chance. Maybe this will go back after Warsh speaks next Wednesday for the Fed meeting. You know, maybe we'll see a turnaround in these odds, but as of now, markets are pricing in rate hikes. So we will see. Nasdaq 500 final target. Yeah, with gold, I didn't hate my entry, though. With gold, like, we had a triple top here. I think it makes reasonable sense that we could have come back down in range, but I think I probably... I have to be a little bit more careful ahead of the opening bell. I notice I tend to do much better after the opening bell. As long as I'm calculated with it. Amazon announces agreement with Corning to boost U.S. fiber optic manufacturing, creating 1,000 advanced manufacturing jobs in North Carolina. Europe's big tech breakup accelerates as governments dish U.S. software, cloud, and AI and digital sovereignty push, according to Wired.
Hey, dude, I'm always good with new jobs, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, so memory tanks Nasdaq Friday and stuff going on overseas going up big makes sense. Yeah, sometimes the market doesn't always make sense, though, brother. I probably did, Sam. I might have got in a little bit early. I probably should have looked for like a liquidity grab or something. It would have worked here. The trade was correct. But it's all good. We're about break even. I try to just take very careful, slow trades. But we don't always do the best at it. So that's how it goes. The gold Bitcoin chart looks bullish. Yeah, Bitcoin, I mean, it's doing all right. Bitcoin's holding, which I think is good. Bitcoin and gold a lot of the time move with each other because both are susceptible to negative reactions from higher rates. Because less people need risk on assets when bonds are paying out more, right? So Bitcoin up to 63s. Are y'all long or short on gold, guys? Let me know, long or short on gold. I should have held that short term, but that's all right. But yeah, we did get this news come out just now. I'm in gold shorts. Short. Long or short in gold, guys. Let me know in chat right now. We did a poll earlier. We asked people, is it time to buy Bitcoin? 57% say no, it's not. Lurkers. Chat. Where are you guys at right now?
Wake up.
Lurkers in the chat room. I know some of you guys sit here. Y'all are driving. Like I said, you're at work. Tell your boss no. I got a comment on John's beginner trading stream. Not investment financial advice. Don't do it, but do it.
I'm a short on gold right now. I mean,
look at Bitcoin pop up, though. Look at this. So, lurkers, show yourselves. Working from home, sir? What's up, Alex? Lurking in the chat. What's up, checkerboard? Making my latte? I got to give the lurk signal. What should the lurk signal be? You know?
Makes me think of the bat signal.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Lurk. I think I might make
just have a shadow of a guy like tiptoeing or whatever projected into the sky.
Oh no, I might make it this right here. Yeah, this right here. I might make that the new lurk signal. I don't know. I'll have AI draw me up one. Yeah. Is this y'all right here? Is this right? Lurkers assemble? Is that you? Look at Bitcoin go up. I told my boss no last week. Yeah, I knew. I knew it. I knew you would. Moneybags McGee, what's up, dude? My favorite time to buy Bitcoin is never. One of the few streams I don't lurk. Stop calling us out, dude. I need to. John should start a new sales company. Yeah, you'll go to door and lurk in the bushes. You know, and just pop out and sell them stuff. Say, hey, guys, you want me to wash your windows? Doubling my dollar cost average into Bitcoin for the foreseeable future. What's up, Wheeze McCheese? I like your name, bro. Easy, John. I'm at work. I got your stream running. I know you would. I knew you would. Amazing. Sold my shorts. What about? I think my portfolio is green on the day, but I don't think it was green Friday.
Yeah, dude. Chat knows where their bread is buttered. You know, it's not the people who pay them every week. It's the person who gives them the financial news.
Right. You guys know. All right, guys. So I brag so much about my Oracle position. And Oracle has pulled back heavily here. My average price is still pretty good, though. My average price in Oracle is 166. So I got in Oracle right around here, I think. I don't know exactly when I bought it, but I'm just going to pretend this is where I got in. My average price is 166.10. So I'm up 31% in it. But it's pulling back some here, guys. I don't really like to see this. Is it time to buy Oracle? What do you guys think? I'm still in target at a pretty good spot, though. Average price 86s. It's at 122s. I'm still holding SoFi, though, but I'm down 30% in SoFi. I'm still in PayPal as well, but I'm kind of flat on that one. I'm down in Nike as well. Is it time to buy more Nike? I kind of want to buy more Nike. What should I do here? Is it time to buy Nike? I think I might.
Only if you get like the custom shoes.
Let me see. I think I can buy Nike. Hey, shout out to Pew. Thank you for the $2, sir. All right, I just bought more Nike. We'll see how it goes. Average price is now 50 in Nike.
They're treating you like a jukebox, John.
Laugh song DJ. All right, guys. You. All right. I don't even know where that song is right now.
Jukebox.
Just because you donated. Thank you, Pew. Appreciate the donation, bro. Just for you. I don't even know if y'all can hear it now. Just do it. Bunch of L's. Bro, I'm in Oracle at a pretty cheap price, dude. Leave me alone, dude. I'm in Apple at 250s. It's at 308s. I'm in Amazon at 190s. It's at 250. It's not a bunch of L's. I'm in Coca-Cola at 66. It's at 78. I'm in Microsoft at 380s. It's at 415, bro. It's not a bunch of L's, dude. You hurt my feelings, bro. You hurt my feelings, dude.
Yeah, the music was pretty low.
Is it too low?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's alright. It's called Legends by Morpheus, is what it's called. Always lurking. What's up, Nick? I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, sir. Nike is an emotional buy? I don't think so. I think it's just cheap, and I think it's Nike. I don't usually like fashion companies. You guys know me. I've been overly critical of Lululemon. I think it's justified, though, but...
John just mad because his yoga pants didn't fit.
Dude, I got... Honestly, the main jiu-jitsu shorts I train in, I think, are Lululemon shorts. John likes his chicken dry. I don't know, man. My whole family's been getting mad at me because I've been ordering Dave's hot chicken a lot. You know? It's just good.
Why are they mad about it?
Because it's unhealthy.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, from that aspect, yeah, I get it, but, like...
Everybody judges me for buying, like, good food, you know?
I mean, it's delicious food. I wouldn't call it... Okay, it's good, objectively, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, Lululemon is an L, but as long as people are putting their money in it, that's a good buy. I don't know, though. I think they're seeing less sales, though, for sure. I think trends change, man, and Lululemon's too young. Where's GameStop at this morning?
Speaking of trends, huh?
Yeah. Bitcoin's still doing all right. Oppenheimer, speaking of Oracle, just raised the price target to 275 from 235. Tom Lee's Bitmine just bought 126,971 ETH worth $213 million.
Man.
Yeah.
Checkerboard says better than eating people from McDonald's. I'd say it's better than eating people from anywhere, personally, but that's just me.
Yeah, but Dave's Hot Chicken is good. It's got that hot mozzarella stick. All right, wait, real quick. Gold just spiked up here, so maybe it was a good thing I didn't hold my short. Look at gold. Gold just broke over this high. What's the Nasdaq doing? Nasdaq just jumped up as well. Is this catalyst driven, maybe? Let me see. Is it the Oracle news? What's Oracle doing?
Oppenheimer raises Oracle target price from 275. I mean, to 275 from 235.
Yeah, that's not it. Oracle's not really jumping much on that news. All right, so a source tells Reuters that Israel has decided to stop its attacks. Yeah, we heard this already.
Halt preparations from, yeah.
Yeah, we heard that already. Try to see if we got any other news.
Yeah, they're kind of repeating the same news in different ways.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's making the Nasdaq drop. Let's look at oil here. Oil, I'm guessing, is falling down. Yeah, oil dropped a little bit on this news as well. But this is kind of a recycled version of the earlier news that we got like an hour ago. So,
Well, it popped green on my trade in the wake of that news. So, you know, I'm not mad.
Yeah, it just popped up. Yeah, there's some type of news, but again, I think the news is just them reiterating what they said earlier. The news I see is that Israel's prime minister has ordered the military to halt preparations for a new round of strikes on Iran. So basically, they're stopping strikes on Iran. But we already got news of that earlier. Yeah, we already got news of this earlier, like an hour ago, that essentially both sides were acknowledging, like, if the other side doesn't strike them, they won't strike the other side, basically. So this is just kind of a continuation of that news. We got news at 7:12 market time that Israel and the U.S. conveyed a message to Iran that there will be no further attacks if Iran does not fire again, according to Al Jazeera. Right, so we got this news essentially earlier, but markets are still digesting it, I guess, and reacting to it here. Here's oil. Oil did take a move down here. It's under $92 a barrel now for WTI crude. Brent's probably, what, at like 96? It's you, John.
Yeah, that's all that said. It was your smile. John does have a winning smile. It's money making.
Yeah, no, that's true. I believe it. I believe that. Also, guys, give me a follow on x.com at Beginner Trades. We post this beautiful morning market brief every single morning, and we detail everything going on. Everything going on right here. We detail it. Look at this post. We tell you guys everything going on. Escalation news over the weekend. Futures, where they're at now. Stocks, memory, under pressure. Sectors, oil. Asian markets, bonds, Bitcoin, crypto, SpaceX IPO, the weekend calendar, or the week calendar, the trade setup, educational note of the day. Look at this little fun fact. Why Friday close and Sunday news equals Monday open, math matters. A lot of traders saw the war news and Asian market crash and assumed U.S. futures had to be crashing too. But futures had already priced in Friday's NFP wreck by Friday's close. Sunday's escalation arrived after the sell-off and more. And we give you this beautiful post here at Beginner Trades, guys. Or join our Discord. We posted there as well. We work hard on this every day. Follow us on X.com.
Yeah, do it. Follow us. You know, join the Discord. It's a great breakdown.
It is a great breakdown.
It's anything and everything you could want.
Yeah, and I see my views spike up a little bit just because markets moved like it did. Again, the news that we got just now, guys, for everybody at home that just joined the stream to see what the breaking news was, this is the news that's influencing markets short term right now. Let me find it. Hold on. The news is that the Israel Prime Minister ordered the military to halt preparations for a new round of strikes. Yeah. So this is the news.
Good news.
It's good news, but we already kind of heard it, but it's good news.
Yeah.
So
I feel like they're really trying to drive it home for some reason, though.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're trying to help markets not freak out. Is probably what this is. John's in touch with his hair care products. Dude, honestly, it's time for me to get a haircut. I can't deal with this anymore. It's too long. You know, I feel like the longer it goes on, the closer it is to a mullet. And I can't have that, you know?
No, dude, go Joe Dirt.
Right. Like, I grew up in the 2000s. We criticized mullets back then. You know, I know they're coming back, but, like, I can't do it.
I had a mullet when I was a kid. Several times.
I don't know.
Great with it, too.
I have a picture. Let me find this picture of me as a child. Hey, shout out to everybody that gave me a follow on X.com. I see a bunch of people that did. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. I knew you guys.
You guys are the greatest.
Yeah. Let me find this old picture of me. Hold on. I got one somewhere.
It just said he's going to break dance. Dude, I wish I could break dance. I wish I could dance, period. I'm a terrible dancer.
I can't dance at all either, dude. I'm not a dancer, bro. I'm not a dancer. I'm just not one.
I look like Elaine in Seinfeld when I dance.
I don't know what I look like because I don't dance enough to know.
Yeah, they say, like, dance like nobody's watching. I just can't do it because I know there's people watching.
Yeah. I'm trying to find this picture of me as a young... Oh, look, here it is. This is the closest I ever came to a mullet. Right here. You know, this is young John with blonde hair. Before my blonde hair went away, bro. I used to have blonde hair. Look at me. That's like a Rocco's Modern Life shirt if I've ever seen one, dude. That's a 90s shirt, bro. That's a 90s shirt.
That show still creeps me out.
Dude, that was a great show. I used to watch it growing up.
It's weird.
This is as close as I've ever come to a mullet right now. Closest I've ever come here.
You were so cute, John. What happened?
I don't know, dude. The blonde hair went away as I got older, you know?
I only have blonde hair when I get plenty of sunlight. Like, all my hair turns blonde.
Like, my son has the same blonde hair now, but it's starting to go away, too. You know? But young John here. Young John.
John Dirt.
Yeah. Even at the time, I liked GameStop. You know, I could just tell. I knew it was going to be big.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. All right, guys. All right. So, again, the news that we got this morning here is this news right here. The news is that the U.S. economy is... Not this. This is not it. The news... Let me find it. I posted it.
You're Brazilian. You have to be a good dancer. That's stereotyping. We don't do that.
Yeah. That's the kid in Home Alone.
You do. You look like Macaulay Culkin a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, then, not now.
Yeah. I was a young pup at the time. But yeah, the news that we got just now, guys, is this news. Again, I'll post it again in the chat. Israel Prime Minister has ordered the military to halt preparations for a new round of strikes. This is it right here. Although Nasdaq and oil have kind of...
Flights in Iran canceled until further notice, Tasnim.
Yeah, at this point I've accepted. We just have back and forth.
Yeah.
Gold did dip though, man, but it's still... I think if we get back down under 43.51s, I might short it again. Maybe down to like 43.35s here, but I need to move back down. We are also kind of in the high volume area of the profile here, so I don't know. I don't know if I don't know. Let me see. Let me see where we're at. All right, here's gold. What do we have? 40 minutes until the market opens. New round of strikes. I think the ceasefire will last through the day. I think we pump today. I think a risk of going back to the highs, to be honest. Really? You guys think we'll go back to highs? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe.
I think everything's too uncertain to make a prediction, to be honest.
The problem is that, like, I would say we could. I mean, we could go back to highs. The reason I don't necessarily think we will, and maybe I'm wrong. I could very easily be wrong here, chat. Not saying this is absolute truth, right? This is just a straight up guess. But I think with CPI inflation data this week, it puts kind of a hiccup in a bull run that we have right now. Because I think markets might say, hey, inflation data comes on Wednesday and Thursday and bumps us right back down if the inflation data is high. The year-over-year CPI is expected over 4% on Wednesday. So over 4% on Wednesday, it might freak people out. It might make yields go up. It might be worse for gold. It might be worse for Bitcoin. If it comes in lower than expected, maybe it's the other way. And that might be a situation where we break highs if CPI comes in low. Well, we don't really know. And we do have, we can see the expectations, and the expectations are over 4% year over year. So we'll see. We'll see. Money markets rotate. Yeah, for sure. And we can look at yields. Again, I showed you guys yields earlier. Let's look at our 2-year treasury yield right now. Yields have been up here. You can see, like, here's March yields. We're still pretty high, though. But this is March. This is when the conflict started for yields. Can y'all see this? Let me make sure you guys can. No, you can't. Okay. So the conflict started here. Right? So look, the conflict started here. You can see what yields have done since the conflict started. We can look at the last 5 days and see how much they spiked at the end of last week. Although they are kind of fading down some here for yields. I guess on more optimism that Iran-US deal is going to get done of some sort. But I think we need to watch yields heading into inflation data. And if we get a deal done before inflation data comes out, which I don't know if it's going to happen, but it could, you know, maybe we see some better reactions here. I really don't know. I really don't know. We're going to pump today.
U.S. egg prices hit 10-year low.
Those are good. Eggs have been up a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Bitcoin is the best, is the greatest appreciating asset of all time. Yeah, Bitcoin has like the greatest appreciation in that window than anything else, I'm pretty sure. Fundamentals and thesis on AI has not changed. Hold tight, though.
And JP Morgan cautions about a potential oil crisis if the Hormuz Strait stays blocked past June.
Well, yeah, I mean...
I'm just...
Not you. I'm not criticizing you. Yeah. No, I'm more so saying, obviously, you know. I mean, yeah. I don't know. June, I think, is a little early to get the Strait open here. At this point in time, considering how much back and forth... Yeah, considering how much back and forth we've had, I'm skeptical until we see a finalized deal done. And even then, I'm a little bit skeptical that the deal holds, the ceasefire holds in that regard. I hope it does. But I'm skeptical. Just because, you know, we've seen some back and forth a lot, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
Long eggs. We need eggs. Yeah, let's see.
I used to hate eggs. Honestly, I didn't start eating eggs till like 2 years ago.
That's weird, bro. Eggs are good for you.
I know, they are. And plus, I found a lady down the road who has actual pasture-raised eggs.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's good.
Heck yeah. Extra nutritious.
We've got a healthy food lady, too, that gives us food. I've said it before. I'll say it again. The problem I have with this lady is she sells health food, you know? But then if you buy a certain amount, she gives you free cookies and donuts, you know? It's pretty messed up, dude. It's pretty messed up. And I'm a sucker for free. You give me a free cookie, I'm eating it, you know? You give me a free donut, I'm eating it, you know? And so I'm pretty upset about it, to be honest. I can't stop. You know, every time I try to give up sweets.
It's a marketing strategy. It's like, you know, like she tricks you into eating the cookies, the free cookies, and then you got to balance it out with more health food.
No, for sure. I'm pretty mad about it, dude. I'm not really excited about this, you know?
It's a brilliant marketing scheme.
Yeah, it's a racket is what it is, dude. It's a freaking racket.
Yeah, dude. Actually, I mean, is it really unhealthy if she uses all those healthy eggs to make it? I mean, just because it has a pound of sugar in it or whatever?
Probably. Still, you know?
Yeah.
John, we are counting on you today. Let's keep our eyes on the prize. What's the prize? Classic car nut. What is it? Tell me about it. Tell me what the prize is. I'll keep my eyes on it.
A 1967 GTO.
What is what's it in Gone in 60 Seconds? Dolores? What's the name of the car in Gone in 60
It's a Shelby GT500.
I know. What's the nickname?
Oh, Dolores.
Dolores. Yeah, Dolores. That's the name. Could the stronger than expected job numbers be due to more people like moms and younger workers taking jobs to help cut the higher cost of everyday living caused by inflation? Well, yeah, I mean, that could be it. What's up, Sam?
Yeah.
Thank you for the
checkerboard. You're right. We're both wrong. I mean, like, I was especially wrong, like incredibly dumb. It's Eleanor.
Oh, it's not Dolores. I know, man. I don't know. Yeah,
I don't know. I'm so wrong.
It was. I was thinking of grandma names. All right, I knew it was a grandma name. I knew it was an old person name. No offense if your name's Eleanor Dolores. I'm sorry, but I knew it was an old person name.
Also, I haven't watched that movie in like 15 years, so y'all cut me some slack. I just like wholeheartedly jumped in. Like, you're right, John. It's totally Dolores.
I know, dude. Listen, you're a yes man, Brett. I could feel it.
I led you astray.
Man, he did. All right, guys. Hey, thank you, Jesse. Appreciate the subscribe.
To be fair, John was wrong too, so you know, don't just jump on me.
Yeah. Could you take a look at UiPath? Yeah, I've seen UiPath. It's a little bit too cheap for me, to be honest here, based off of the stocks that I normally invest in. It might be the sweet spot, but it's a little bit too cheap for my style, for my style here. A little bit too cheap. I need a little bit more established companies, and this one's pretty young. You know, that's the only thing about UiPath. It could go big, and honestly, these are the type of companies in AI where they could make crazy big gains. So I'm just gonna put that out there. I'm not hating on the stock. I think it could go really well. Or it could lose all of its value in like a year. You know, so it's high risk, high reward. Good luck, brother, if you're holding it. I hope you make money. Yeah, we were close. I think we were close.
Yeah, close enough. I mean, you know.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, but I think it counts in car names too.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think that's right. All right, gold is riding the previous closing price. So gold closed at 43.53 right now. 43.53. We're at 43.55. So we're basically flat for gold on the day. Oil is green on the day, actually. It's up. So oil's still elevated despite things. But it did start to fill the gaps up. It's at 91.75. Most things are just sideways right now. Nasdaq is not sideways, though. Nasdaq is up pretty nicely here. It did tap that 29.5 number we talked about, though. So we talked about 29.5. We got slightly over that at 29.511, and then we pulled back some here heading into the opening bell. We also should have the 9 o'clock volatility coming in. So we should have the 9 o'clock volatility showing up pretty soon here. Pretty soon. In about 1 minute, we have the 9 a.m. scrum going live. I'm still tempted to short this, to be honest here. I know it's risky. I'm going to let the 9 o'clock data come in and then potentially short the Nasdaq if we can. The high volume area of the Nasdaq, though, is way down here at 240s, though, because it's from Friday, and we opened up green yesterday, so we do have a high volume node here, but all right, so here's 9 o'clock coming in. I did take some trades. I'm flat. I got in one green and one red trade. I shorted gold and lost, and then but I got in the Nasdaq short maybe 30 minutes before that and made money. So I'm technically flat on the day, roughly. I'm probably down slightly, if I'm being honest, maybe like $20 or $30 down. Lock in just means focus, Mr. Debo. I like your name, though, Mr. Debo. I love the movie Friday. It's a great name. It's a great name. All right, so there's 9 o'clock. Let's see if we wiggle it all here. There's 9 a.m. Yeah, look at the 9 a.m. orders coming through. So we do see some volatility on 9 a.m. We went back up. We went up and then we pulled right back down, though, here. We make sure we don't have anything crazy going on. Yeah.
I made a little money, though. That's good.
Yeah, look at this 9 o'clock scrum coming in. So I'm not going to short it now. It's too strong, obviously. Look at these 9 a.m. orders going through, though. You know, we heard big banks say it's time to buy the dip. We heard Jensen Huang say it's time to buy the dip yesterday. I'm not saying buy it, but Wilson sees the sell-off as healthy, targets S&P 8,000 level. Morgan Stanley strategist Mike Wilson says Friday's market sell-off was ultimately healthy and maintains an 8K profit target by the end of the year, implying over 8% upside from current levels. So we still are pushing up here. And again, I'm going to ask the chat again here. As we get closer to the bell, let me do another poll here. I'm going to do another poll, and the poll is going to be bull or bear. All right, we did a poll on Bitcoin. Most people voted no, it's not time to buy Bitcoin. Let me exit out of some of this. We did have the president tweet earlier. But bullish or bearish for the opening bell? I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say you're gonna say bull, Britt.
Am
vacillating,
to be honest. I want to say bull just because I want to see the market go up. But I honestly don't know. I'll go with bull.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but
yeah. There until this war is over. Manipulation is going to hit today. Yeah, I think we had a lot of crazy, scary stuff on Friday, right? And I'm worried that the opening bell is going to bring a continuation of that. It could also bring the opposite of that. It could bring a gap fill. It could fill some of the big drops we made Friday. We already have. We zoom out some here. Let me put a 5-minute chart up. If we zoom out some here, you can see this is Friday right here. And then this is the gap we filled back to the upside right here. So we filled about, what is this, like 40% of that gap on the upside. And the Nasdaq continues to push here from 9 o'clock. So the Nasdaq continues to swing. Nasdaq continues to break highs on the upside up to 523s right now, 523s. Nothing Jensen says of any value, only cares about extending the AI build-out hype. Short harder. Looking at our poll, 71% are bullish on the poll right now. Vote on the poll. The poll is now live. Let us know how you feel. 71% are bullish now. 73%. 72%. Vote.
Google and NVIDIA consider Intel as backup chip manufacturer, according to the information.
Yeah, look at the Nasdaq jump here as well. Look. The Nasdaq... Yeah. Like I said, I'm not going to short this from the 9 a.m. scrum. 9 a.m. scrum happened. We're starting to push up a pretty significant amount here. So I do want to just wait. Bitcoin will go higher if you like it or not. Yeah, I'm a bull at Bitcoin. You guys know this. I'm a bull. Bitcoin's getting up there. Yeah, here's Bitcoin. Nasdaq fighting its way back up too. Are yields falling right now? Hey, thank you, Mark, for the subscribe, my friend. Thank you, brother. Does Brit tell us his win rate? Brit's brand new. He doesn't really trade that much, so it doesn't matter, honestly. But Brit's win rate doesn't really matter that much at all.
Not yet, no.
Are you still alive in that account? It's his first eval ever.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's... Go ahead.
I'm still green overall on the account.
So Brit's still green in his first eval ever. He's taking it really slow, but he's still green. And so, honestly, I think that's a win. Just to have that thing still alive now. I think that's a win. What's up, Chef? The deal will be made soon. Yeah, a lot of people thought we could be a trap. That's why I titled the stream Black Monday or Trap, right? Like we could bear trap and head up. It's very possible. It's not set in stone though. Maybe the opening bell brings volatility, and I think that at this point in time, markets are waiting to see what we do at the open. Now we could continue down, we could continue up. Yeah. So we'll see. Fed watch tool now prices in roughly a 73% chance of a hike.
Dang. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, not that I think those odds are wrong, but they fluctuate so wildly so often. I haven't really paid much attention to them.
Yeah, they fluctuate on catalysts like yields. Like that's where you see economic data immediately getting priced in. Is in yields. Interest rates and yields follow each other. So high yields means high interest rate sentiment. That means like non-farm payroll showing up way stronger than expected on Friday made people expect potentially rate hikes, right? So one of the first initial reactions we saw from the high NFP print on Friday were yields spiking up, rate hike odds going up. And vice versa. If yields go down, that means markets are pricing in. At this point in time, in like this market, yields going down could be markets pricing in potential ceasefire news, oil going down, because that equals less inflation, which means more green light to cut interest rates and more. And so those are the correlations there. The dollar index typically moves with yields. So if yields go up, the dollar index typically moves up with it. Gold typically counter trends yields because higher paying yields means less people buy gold because yields are paying out more. So it's risk on, risk off assets, moving markets. But Bitcoin kind of moves with gold, but it can also move in a macro way with markets, which is kind of what gold does as well. John, do you think the new PDT rule has anything to do with the crazy volatility we saw in the past 2 days? Maybe. It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell. I think we had a lot of stuff happen last week that makes markets nervous. So we had a lot of stuff happen that makes markets nervous. What's up, Aid? What's up, Aid? What's up, dude?
Oh, thanks for the accolades, guys. Appreciate it.
We are looking at an 80% chance of a bull trap this morning. Maybe. A bull trap? So you think we're going to turn red at the open? NVIDIA evaluating Intel's advanced packaging and 18A process for future chips. Google also recently placed an order with Intel to manufacture more than 3 million tensor processing units. Is Intel spiking up? I'm assuming maybe right now. Yeah, look at Intel. Intel's jumping here. It's at 111s.
Well, yeah, it says. Sorry. NVIDIA evaluates Intel's advanced packaging and 18A process for future chips. I don't know if that.
Yeah, I just read that. Yeah, that's what I just read.
I didn't hear you, honestly.
Yeah, that's cool. I ADHD stuff a lot too.
I was watching my trade.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
heard
you're in a
talk.
trade? What are you in right now?
I was.
Long or
I was.
short?
I was long. I just took $20 and got out. Just
Okay,
because
that's
it's
fair.
Getting a lot of like tight candles, so
It's hard to bet against this.
Yeah.
Like short term, I still kind of want to short gold though here. It's hard to bet against it, but maybe I will.
I mean, I probably could have taken more, but I'm not very good at scaling yet.
Yeah, let me see where.
Thanks, Max. You're the man.
Yeah, I'm looking at. I don't know what I want to do with this. I'm thinking about shorting gold again, but the Nasdaq is still pretty strong. Man, look at Nasdaq still pop here though. If I'm gonna short gold, it could be right here around the previous closing price, but I think it's risky right now. But I'll try. Hey, shout out to Crypto Buys. Thank you for the subscribe, my friend. All right, so we did short gold. It's a risky place. We're right around the point of control though. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just taking too many trades today, and I gotta wait for the opening bell. They're small, and I want to see if we can add to them. But we'll see. Oh wait, I covered myself up here. Hold on. There we go. That's better. I'm still waiting for the deal. Nothing wrong with taking quick profits. That's right. As that climbing has to drop later. Not necessarily here. All right, so we might just scalp this move. We're pretty green in gold, but gold's kind of whippy right now too. What do we have? 20 minutes until the open.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, we're green here, but all right, we're nicely greed.
Silverskin says, "Why short gold?"
I might take half off here just to protect the trade, actually. Gold, I think the trend looks okay. Like, it's sideways. And once we get up here and then we immediately break back down, I think it becomes higher likely that we're going to retrace back down to maybe like 43, 46. And so I think gold is still susceptible to higher yield worries, even if the Nasdaq continues to run higher on other stuff. But we already cut half of it, and I'm going to get out the other half, basically break even on the rest. We'll see what we do, though. I set a stop already. How do you see yields? Type in 10-year treasury yields on in Google, and it'll show you yields.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said that they wouldn't buy gold, like even if it got down to like the 3,000s or 2,000s. They said they'd only buy it if it got down to like the $1,500 range, and that would, I think, if gold goes that low, I think we're having a really bad time.
Yeah, I'm buying it if it hits 3K, you know, but you gotta long term is the time frame for gold. Like long term is where you want to hold it. Short term, you don't know what it's gonna do, and so if you get in gold, you just want to be okay with holding it long term, whatever it is. I'm not an investment professional though. We're not liable if you lose. Make your own assessment. Trade smart, but.
Yeah, no, I just like it would have. I mean, if I did get into it, it would definitely be long term. I just want to shore up, the value of my money.
Yeah, I see yields perspective. I mean, yeah, type in 10-year treasury yields. You'll see it. Like if I go to Google and I type in 10-year Treasury yields, it shows me. You can look at the 2-year or 10-year. 10-year a lot of the time is based around like real estate a lot. The 2-year can be based more around like Fed stuff, but they both correlate. All right, so we got this. We're getting a breakdown here in gold. How much time we have left? We have 18 minutes. We're in a high volume area though, so I almost want to just take profit and get out and wait, which I'm going to do. I just jumped out. A little bit of a wimpy trade, but now we're back green on the day here. And we can be a little bit more patient with it. Where's the Nasdaq at? Nasdaq's still climbing higher here. So Nasdaq filling some of this gap here now. Nvidia good news, Bitcoin good news, ceasefire good news, profit taken from shorts. Yeah, a lot of this is bullish, but we are heading into potentially like we are heading into inflation data this week, so it's a little bit iffier, I think, right now. You know.
Well, on the lighter side of things, apparently a flesh-eating screwworm is spreading in Texas.
Great, dude. That's my area here. That's my area here.
I mean,
Texas turning into trimmers. It's trimmers.
Yeah.
You know.
To be fair, at least Texas is huge, so like hopefully it's somewhere like way away.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to my second floor right now. Right now. Yeah. I try to get my whole family to watch the movie Tremors. They just refuse, bro. They just refuse, dude. My daughter watched it with me a long time ago. Haven't got them to watch it since. Great movie. Great movie.
Dude, Tremors scared me when I was a kid. Like I saw it for the first time when I was like 4 or 5. It freaked me out.
Yeah, I showed Maddie Jaws when she was like 7, and now she's afraid of water. I feel kind of bad about it. You know. My fault. I thought she was old enough. You know. Jaws was PG. It's PG. Yeah, Intel's still moving though here, guys. Intel's still moving. We're at 112s. Yeah, SpaceX IPO coming in Friday. That'll be the big story Friday. Let's see what we get, but that's the big story Friday. SpaceX. Kevin Bacon, the GOAT.
You're never old enough not to be afraid of a big head shark. Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know, dude. I was weird, bro. I would watch horror movies as a child. Like my mom would take me to Video Visions. Remember Video Visions, Britt? My mom would take me there. Yeah. And I would rent Halloween. I would rent Friday the 13th. I would rent Leprechaun. Remember Leprechaun? I would rent those movies, watch them in my room by myself as a child. In hindsight, maybe I'm a freaking psychopath, dude, because I never got scared at all. Like, I was never scared at all watching those movies. You know, I'm not really big into horror now, though. Like, I'm not into horror anymore, but man.
Me either. I still like suspense and thrillers, you know, but like, and those always have a little bit of horror mixed in, and I like those. But pure horror is just kind of doesn't do it for me. Never been.
No, for sure. Right. Yeah.
Video Visions. You're talking about the one on Harold's Ferry, right?
No, I was talking about the one on Jefferson.
Oh, that one. Oh, yeah, that one. Okay. Yeah, I lived by that one too. I was, but I also lived by another place when I lived on Harold's Ferry. I used to ride my bike to it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. All I look at in horror now is like Scream 15 or whatever the heck. Like at a certain point, I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, not like Final Destination.
Yeah, it's too repetitive. Back to the Future was right. It was right.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So yeah, Intel's still pumping up at 112s after a lot of good catalysts came out this morning regarding Intel. Specifically, Google recently placed an order with Intel to manufacturing more than 3 million tensor processing units in 2028. Google placed an Intel order for more than 3 million TPUs. Google and Nvidia considering Intel as a backup chip manufacturer. A lot of good Intel news this morning, and Intel is jumping up here. So it's helping drive the rest of the market up, heading into the opening bell in 14 minutes. And so let's see what happens here, but yeah. Yeah, The Exorcist I could never watch, though. Like, I watched it once. That one actually was legitimately scary.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah. Is that the one with Nick Cage in it, Max? I can't remember.
What? What was the name of which one?
Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Elvira.
Yeah.
I think it might have been.
Yeah.
Elvira was an old character though. Elvira has been around since like the 60s.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah. All right, guys. So, does the Nasdaq reverse? Does the Nasdaq reverse at the opening bell here? I think that's the story of the day here. Do we get a big reversal? Intel propping things up, Nasdaq running. Do we get a big reversal at the opening bell, or do we fill this gap on the upside? Chat, let me know what you guys think. But
I'm gonna say no on the reverse.
Yeah, I see Pakistan just said, we sincerely urge all sides to exercise restraint and give peace a chance. Let us continue to remain on the path of peace and diplomacy, which have bright prospects of success. So Pakistan, their Prime Minister, Shahbaz. Yeah, they're the mediators, so that's they obviously they want to.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, that news just came out. Yeah, do we reverse, chat? Yes or no? Yes. I am scared. No. No reverse. Buy the dip. We're in the middle of the ocean. In my opinion, yes. Do we reverse? Let me know in chat right now. Most people saying no. And when I say reverse, I mean to the downside, because we are very green from the Intel news ahead of the opening bell here. We got 10 minutes left, basically. Let's see. Nah, we don't reverse. We would have broken down hard already. 60% from all-time high, then drop. Short. I think they will sell off before SpaceX. Don't think we lose the 550.
I live in Australia, so if I buy, is it a sell?
maybe. First 10 minutes, maybe. First, we'll get a move, which is wrong, and it will be down and then go up, is my guesstimate. Rally until some crazy news comes out. We will hit 450s easy. We'll keep grinding up. Bull, then bear. Maybe from 650s or 625s. 650 is not that far away from us. So we could see a thing where we push up to 650s and then reverse. Some of my favorite moves recently, guys, and maybe it's just from Friday clouding my judgment, have been green to red moves. So like some of my favorite patterns that we've seen lately at the opening bell are we push up a lot at the open, and then we completely retrace all the way back down under a specific level, and then I short into the little pop and look for a continuation down, if that makes sense, right? Like I've seen that move happen numerous different times last week where we pushed up originally and then reversed. And so I'll be looking for that at the opening bell, a green to red move, like a rally up and optimism, and then a complete reversal back down, and then maybe short into that pop. I could also look for a green to red move, which could happen as well. But we'll see. It depends on what chips, depends on what memory plays do, depends on what Intel does. The Dow here, guys. Boomers. The Dow. I like the Dow boomers. The Dow is over 51,000 here, guys. Over 51K. Do you like the Dow in this market? 30,000 tonight. Maybe first move will wipe out all gains. Maybe. And then no retracement. Bull then bear. Depends on what. If we get any tweets. Yeah, I guess so. Same story today. Green to red. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, is a green to red move. I think if we start to get closer to those lows. Wait, did a stop get filled? A stop did get filled, dude. Dang it, man. I do this every freaking day. At least I see it this time. I'm green on my fake trade, on my accidental trade. I'm going to get out here. I meant to do this. I meant to do it.
Fear and greed index today?
What is the fear and greed index? Let me see if I can find it. What I'm showing is that we're at extreme fear. For crypto especially. The crypto fear and greed, extreme fear is what I'm showing. A lot of people have reposted this. This is since last night, though. So, most people are saying extreme fear. And I think that's probably accurate, although we are pushing back up. Maybe some of those traders are getting stopped out on the short side. Because the market has rebounded a lot here this morning. Now, it's about 40% up from the gap it did on Friday. Like, we can zoom out. Here's Friday, and then here's today. So we have filled about 40% of the gap. Here's Friday. Back up here. Almost 50%. So We'll see. Oil is still red on the day, or still green on the day, I mean. So oil is still elevated slightly on the day, but it has pulled back a lot from where it was. You know, the first news that we really got this morning was more escalation, right? So more escalation news did make oil jump. But then we got the other news come out with the Trump tweet and all that other stuff, and then oil has basically faded back down. It's still up on the day. Here's the previous closing price at 90.25 for WTI crude. We're at 91s. So it's still green on the day here. But we're heading into the opening bell, and it is starting to fade back down some. So 91.20s.
Iran resides the Strait of Hormuz belongs to Iran and Oman, and we will not allow any other country to interfere in this strait. I don't know if that has anything to do with the turn down, but
yeah, I don't know. Pakistan urges both sides to exercise restraint. Nasdaq's ripping. Yeah, Nasdaq's jumping here. I don't trust it enough. I've mostly been short today, but I decided to play with gold a little bit more, I think, because gold, I think, can be a little bit more predictable. But it looks like I got out right at that low level here. And gold has essentially been trending sideways. But I got out right around, like, down here. So we got out just in time.
yeah.
Choppiness heading into the open. But we could get some volatility getting unlocked. The market on open data does drop in a minute and a half. Less than that. Maybe a minute now. So looks like we pop at the open backs. We'll see if the straight opens up sometime in the next few months, but still iffy. Hey, shout out to Monero. Appreciate the sub, brother. Thank you, sir. All right, guys, here we go. Market on open data drops in less than a minute. Let's see what this does. I'm going to put the Nasdaq up here, but Nasdaq got up to 604, 605s right now.
Did somebody just subscribe? Monero
Yeah.
or something? Yeah.
Yeah, I thanked him
Thanks.
already. Yeah. Yeah, we thanked him. All right, guys, here's the market on open data. Let's see how this influences things. Yeah, the Kospi index fell. The South Korean index fell. But it rebounded back up after some of Jensen's comments saying it's time to buy the dip and stuff. So, hey, what's up, Stefan? Hey, thank you, brother. All right, guys, here's the market on open data right now. Nasdaq is down a little bit, but we'll see how the open data. So this is the orders that get placed for the opening bell, right? So that's what the market on open data is. Let's see how it affects markets. It drops 5 minutes before the open. Let's see what happens. Sometimes we get big movements, sometimes we don't here. Yeah, Intel had some good news about a lot of different things. MU touching the top of a descending channel. I think the open will get faded. That's what I'm worried about, is like we'll get red pressure at the open. Like that's what I'm worried about, is that we're going to drop. Marvel's still way up. What's up, Jeremy? A day light with economic data. Yeah, for sure. All right, so we're at 575s. MicroStrategy on fire and video on the clearance rack. All right, guys, 3 minutes until the opening bell. Let's see what we get. Yeah, MicroStrategy has been kind of sketchy. I can see a big drop in markets. Dollar index is falling. Yeah, look, here's the Nasdaq starting to dip here. I don't know what we're going to get here, man. I'm still unsure. Jim Cramer said, quote, still liking Apple, end quote. Fitch also predicts market oversupply in global oil and gas and will resurface in Q4, leading to lower prices. They see outlook in oil improving on higher prices as well. All right, guys, here we go. We got 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Yeah, freaking Jim Cramer. Well, still happy? Yeah. Yeah, let's look at oil. Here's gold. Gold expanding range here for gold. Oil still fading some. Almost to $91 a barrel here. 91s might be an interesting spot for oil. Nasdaq still turning down ahead of the opening bell, though. We have 2 minutes left, really. 2 minutes. Let's see if we get a correction at the opening bell, like we could. Cosmo, Kramer, Apple looks very toppy. All right, Nasdaq starting to turn ahead of the opening bell here, guys. Look at this. Did we get news? Let me make sure we didn't get news. Iran's Major General says the Strait of Hormuz belongs to Iran and Oman.
Yeah, that was earlier.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, guys. We got 1 minute left. Nasdaq dipping 530s. 535s. Nasdaq falling down right before the open. What's Intel doing? Intel's pulling back a little bit. Nvidia, MU not down that much. Check the logs. I told you so. Bull trap sucker. Can y'all not hear the music today, bro? Here, I'll turn it up. All right, we turn the music up a little bit. Yeah, Nasdaq coming down here ahead of the open. Look at this. Opening bells in 40 seconds, guys. Nasdaq giving a lot of this gain back here. I'm still looking at like Intel. A lot of this move was from Intel, I think, too. But Intel dipped some. Not a crazy amount, though. Nvidia didn't really pull back too much either, but it's pulling back some. It's under 210s. All right, guys, here we go. Nasdaq giving a lot of these gains back. We're still up a lot on the day, though, just to put it into perspective. But could just be a normal pullback here. Here's the opening bell, guys. Good luck, chat. Good luck. Hit the live button if it's late. If that's late for you, hit the live button next to the play button. Put it in 2x speed. All right, so far, we're going up a little bit at the opening bell. The Nasdaq is rising some at the opening bell. Where's gold? Gold's moving up as well. Gold's at 43.50s here. 43.50s. The only hiccup is inflation data this week. I think that might make people nervous about taking big size, but I think we're also getting big volatility regardless, so maybe we do anyway. I don't know. All right, let me know if you want to buy or sell this morning at the opening bell. Let me know right now. I got to wait another 4 minutes to trade. Big players did not buy the dip on Friday. Why would they do it today? I don't know. We're starting to head up. Gold's moving up as well here. I'm looking for a green to red move, though, today for day trading. I'm looking for a green to red move. I like that a little bit more. Yeah, look, we're at 560s right now. So, look, there's the green move. I'm not going to trade against this trend, though, until we break down under 500, I think. All right, still heading up. We're getting close to highs here. Highs of the day, that is. 29,604 is the high of the day. Yeah, I need to wait a little while before I trade, too. But it looks strong. It does look strong. We could reverse, though. If we do reverse, I like it short more. About a minute and a half into the day. All right, we're starting to head back down, but the manipulators are going to eat it. Kramer was right with Apple. What a world. All right, look at the turnaround here.
Man, did somebody in the chat just say Kramer was right?
He did.
That never happens.
All right, look, here's the red to green move that I was looking for here, but it's too early, though, dude. I can't really trade it yet. I need to wait another 2 minutes. And I need under 500s here, but it's too early. Look, we bounced right there at 29.5s. In order for me to short, I need a break under 29.5s and then rebound back to it. If we can't break under this level and then bounce back, I don't want to short it yet. And so I got to give it some time. Yeah, it's not super red to green yet, though. The opening bell range is honestly pretty small, all things considered, so far. So it's not a crazy open yet. It's still pretty small, all things. All right, here's the 500 level. Hey, thank you for the... Hey, bro, I want to be rich and good looking like you.
Don't we all?
It's got to be a troll, you know? Thank you for the $1.50 though, brother. I appreciate it, my friend. Thank you, dude. 29 fives here, 29 fives. All right, there's the breakdown underneath it here. I maybe will short a bounce. Maybe. Hey, thank you for the subs, my friend. Thank you, basketballs. Appreciate it, brother. All right, we're still breaking down here. I need a bounce here, though, to short into, to be honest. The green to red move worked. I just need a bounce now. Give me a bounce up to 500s. I'll short that. Time is it? Okay, I'm almost can trade. Basketball said it. Look at this guy right here. He said it. He's a made man now. You know? Mutual destruction. I need a bounce though. Give me a freaking bounce, dude. I wanted the bounce on the green to red move. We haven't got one. It's a pretty big red candle here. This bounce is not enough. I need I wanted 500s here. I gotta wait now. I don't know. My rule is 4 minutes specifically because after 4 minutes you get a little bit of a trend, right? The first few minutes you don't really have much. So I just have to follow my rules even if the setup looks good. Yeah. It's still too early to see if we're going to continue in trending in this direction. We do have the 200 exponential at 413s. I need a bounce to like 475, 480s now. Would be hilarious if he said that about himself.
Get a bounce here at the, what is that, the 200?
Yeah, that's the 200 exponential. It's right here on this line.
Yeah.
Man, I told you guys I was looking for a green to red move specifically, and we got one perfectly. It was just a little bit too early of one. Like, I'd prefer an opening range to build up a little bit more. There's a bounce. I don't think it's enough, though.
What are you looking for in a bounce? Like, what level do you need it to reach before you short?
I'd like 475, 480s. But we're just breaking down enough to where we're not really seeing that yet. And I haven't really gotten any bounce levels here either. Long at the 200 exponential.
If I'd known what was going to happen, I could have made a lot of money. But I guess that's kind of true for everybody, isn't it?
Yeah. May the odds be ever in your favor this week. Thank you, Edu. I like Hunger Games, you know. May the odds be in your favor, brother. I appreciate it, dude. Here's a bounce. Yeah, not enough yet.
Yeah.
I need 475, 480s, which we're almost in. Come on, give me a little bit more. All right, I'm going to jump in short. Maybe this is American Greed. Maybe not, because I'm immediately green in it. I still want to add a little bit more here. I'll take 475s. There we go. All right, close enough. There we go. I'm going to immediately take some off here because we got so green so quickly, but we'll hold the rest, see if we break down some more now. I think a lot of people are jumping in short here, but if it doesn't work and they get squeezed out, all right, there we go. I'm going to take another piece off here. Just scalping this move. We'll add more on the breakdown here. I'll hold this last one, though.
I followed you in that. I mean,
okay.
I'm out completely, but...
Yeah, don't copy me, guys. Don't copy me. A little bit greedy. I've got a stop set, though, and I'll just hold this. I just want to see if we continue down now. The red bears start to get control.
I'm only copying them a little bit because I'm not skilled enough myself yet to really read the patterns and stuff.
Yeah, I gotta be a little looser on this last little one, but
worked out in my favor though, so thanks, John.
Yeah, don't copy me, guys. Don't do it.
No.
I'm in this little micro that could.
Well, and just remember, I'm also in an eval account. I'm not really losing anything if I lose.
Yeah. No, I feel you. If we break down enough, I'll move my stop to break even, but I think we need to break down some more here. There we go. Come on. Rip down under that 200 EMA. It looks good. Not enough for me to add to it, though, but it looks okay.
You have a course to sell me. The only courses I'm interested in involve food. But thank you.
Yeah. I've got a course to sell you there, Britt. It's called Pizza Lunchables, how to do it right. All right, we just got stopped out, it looks like here. Dude, we just tapped my stop loss level. Come on. I would love to make money on this trade. Oh, we got stopped out. Sorry.
A huge green candle.
Yeah.
Well, not huge, it's pretty big.
Honestly, I don't hate shorting into this, too. That 500 level makes sense, but we made enough on it. Where's gold doing? Gold is ripping up here. Look at gold. Gold's good at the opening bell. Let me see what...
Is it a GCM6? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure I'm looking at the right one.
Or GCQ6 is what I'm looking at.
Oh, Q6, okay.
Yeah. I've seen bigger. Is that a liar joke?
That movie was funny.
All right, guys. Dude, I barely got stopped out on the rest. It's all right. We made money on the trade, but what's Intel doing? Is really what I want to know. Intel's kind of filling some of this gap to the downside here.
Isn't this drop just
Bank of
people
America
selling for liquidity for SpaceX?
Yeah, it could be that for sure. It could be. I mean, it could be a number of different things. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right, Nitro. That's true. I kind of want to jump back short here. I think my trade would have worked. Maybe I set too tight of a stop. We got the red to green, or the green to red move that I was predicting here. Might jump back in here real quick, take some size, see if we flush. Very small. We're right at the 200 EMA though, so maybe this is greed. Okay. I got squeezed out on the rest, kind of flat. Intel did fill some of this gap though. Here's Nvidia. It's kind of down some, but we're honestly kind of flat. I think we could chop until the open, or until CPI data too. Let me try to short this level right here. There we go.
U.S. oil reverses gains to trade below $91 a barrel. All right.
Yeah, we made 100 and something here on this trade, but now we're kind of... I'm going to take some more off here and just kind of lock it in as we break down. We have 2 contracts left, but I don't know if I like this move back up.
And
we're still green. No, I'm just watching the trade.
I know. Bank of America warns investors to take profits, cites too many red flags across markets. Do you guys agree with that?
I don't know. We're kind of getting back and forth news like a lot from these guys. So from banks.
Yeah, no.
So, some banks are like, yeah, buy the dip. Other banks are like, hey, you know, we might correct. So
yeah, I'm just curious what the chat thinks. Y'all agree with that or no?
I'm gonna add some to this. We've got a cushion now. If the breakdown happens some here. There we go. It's not really breaking down enough for me to like this though. Here we got a couple contracts here. Oof, some news maybe, or maybe just a fake out here. We're now slightly down on the day. I don't want to get too risky with it because we have pushed a lot into the last few days. Like, we've made some money the last few days trading here. So
Yeah, I think I'm green like $116. I think I'm just taking my money for the day.
yeah, but the Nasdaq is just flying up right now.
I know.
I'm watching gold here though. We might take a position in gold, but
Just my luck. I know if I get in, then it's gonna fucking. Oh, pardon me. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. But
don't curse here, Brett.
it's just gonna turn down immediately. Like I know, like that's just how it works for me.
Yeah.
No, I mean I know like sometimes it happens, but I really do try not to curse so much.
Yeah, no, you're good, bro. Yeah. I am down $50 on the day. I don't know what to do with this. Yeah, look, gold is still pushing up here. Nasdaq bounced right at the 200 EMA, and now we're getting close to that high level. So I am pivoting to a long if we look good, but I think it's really, really choppy right now too, guys. So just be careful. I might buy a dip at 500 and see if we kind of bounce at fives, but like, look, I'll show you. Might not catch it though.
Thanks, Trevor.
Do you still
That's what
trade
I'm saying,
S&P
that right.
future equivalents? Sometimes. All right, so here's 500. I'm gonna buy this small though. We're taking small size now. Okay. All right. All right, we took half of that off now. We got one left. The 500 bounce worked.
I appreciate the support, you guys. I'm just trying to at least maintain the pretense of professionalism.
Yeah.
Everybody's just like, it's okay, we do it too. So
Yeah.
thanks, you guys.
All right, now I'm back to flat on the trade. I don't know what I could have maybe bought this exponential moving average here, but we're kind of middle range from the open. You guys red or green so far today? What are we, 15 minutes into the day?
Yep, exactly.
I would say beginners is better for S&P futures, Altuve, but it's subjective. The Nasdaq moves more, so it depends on what kind of size you want to take. See, it looks like we're gonna bounce here, but if we don't, we're gonna break down quick, I think. Green. Yeah, updates stream status. Ugh. Red for a while. Green is John. I think I'm slightly red on the day. My hands are kind of off though, because we're kind of flat right now. Gold, if you look at it here, is pulling back some too. Oil has been mostly breaking down, but it's starting to rebound up some. John Green so far good, but I don't trust it. Yeah, if Jerome Powell can curse, Britt can curse too.
Thank you. Yeah, who does he think he is? He's not better than me.
Yeah, just to give you the lore behind that, as young people like to say, Britt.
All right.
There's a while where every Jerome Powell press conference, he would get basically he would get lurked by environmental protesters, right? They would show up at his speeches and start yelling about the environment, and like they would have to like kick him out of there. This happened numerous different times. It was actually kind of entertaining for a while. There's one famous quote from Jerome Powell in the midst of all this, where Jerome Powell said, "Close the effing door," but he didn't say effing. He said the actual word. Like, bro, like, get these guys out of here, bro. Get these guys out of here.
I don't blame him, dude. I'd get enough of that real quick.
Yeah. It was entertaining for sure. It gave a spicy element to the Jerome Powell speeches I would stream,
Word I bet has never been associated with Jerome Powell before.
Yeah. No, the whole finance community basically started laughing at it.
It's funny.
Yeah, well, it was funny. It was funny. Yeah, so MU, Nvidia just cracked opening lows. MU's back up to the top of the range, but still sideways. It's really choppy right now, guys. Just be careful. Oil under 91s. Yeah, here's what I'm looking at right now, guys. We have a very obvious range. Here's the opening range right here. So we got a really obvious range. Some people like opening range breakouts at these levels. So here's the opening range right now. Yeah, I'm down slightly on the day, but not a lot. And really, we're kind of in this choppy range. SanDisk is bouncing back up to the top. So is MU. All right, so we're under 29.5s. Opening range breakout is orb. It stands for looking at the first. I look at the 15 minute. Here's the 15 minute. All right, Nasdaq starting to fall back down under 29.5s here. Still dropping. I mean, obviously it looks a little bearish now, but it depends on what MU and SanDisk do. Yeah, wash. I mean, it's not a boring Monday. The price action since the opening bell is a little boring, though. I'll give you that. I mean, obviously, bears.
I mean, news-wise, it's been pretty interesting. That is all I was going to say.
News-wise, a lot of back and forth, right? Especially after Friday, I think people are interested about today, you know? But all right, so we're popping back up. We're at 470s right now, 470s. I kind of want to short, but I'm also really nervous about doing anything, to be honest here, based off of how it's been moving.
I say as I blame you, John.
Yeah, it's just a little bit sketchier. Hey, thank you for the donation, my friend, for the 20 euros. Me asking CME, Nasdaq ain't normally anymore. Short spike up, long spike client. Is a bot? Yes, you were going to do something about it. Okay, I don't even know what this says, Cause, but I appreciate the donation. I don't even know how to interpret this. Somebody, encyclopedia of the chat, interpret this message for me, please. Me asking CME group, which is the futures, futures. Nasdaq ain't normally anymore. Short spike up. Why long spike down? Clients lost money. Every stop hit. What is happening? Yes. Are you going to do something about it? No. Continue counting the money. I appreciate the donation, brother. I appreciate the donation. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Basically, what you're saying is they don't care who's losing money. Is I think what he's trying to say here. Nasdaq is starting to test the 200 EMA here. This is the market we live in now. Thank you for the donation, my friend. I appreciate it. A lot of people say the IPO is just people selling to prep to buy SpaceX on Friday. But we got the sideways range here. How many people are targeting the orb right now, dude? All right, Nasdaq bouncing back higher here. I appreciate the donation, though, brother. I appreciate it. Using SpaceX. Yeah, a lot of people are saying it's SpaceX. I think it's a mix, dude. I think we have high payroll print Friday, higher yields. Gold and Bitcoin didn't like it, although they have bounced back a little bit today. We're heading into inflation data. People are getting numb to the deal news with Iran, and I think all of that combined just makes some sell-offs occur. Memory prices were kind of up a lot. So, a lot of people would argue that memory prices were expensive anyway, and they were up too much, and they needed to correct. But it doesn't mean anything. Like, we could keep running. Hey, shout out to Har. Thank you, Anwar. Appreciate the sub, brother. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Very much appreciated.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Anwar. I see you, brother. Thank you, dude.
Any idea what the heck Delivery Hero is?
No.
Okay, sorry. I just saw something that said Uber's pursuit of Delivery Hero faces fresh challenge from Saudi startup.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what Delivery Hero is.
I just thought I'd ask. I thought maybe you or somebody in the chat might know.
Yeah, all good. He said, we're already so extended, it's just a pullback right now in the grand scheme. It still could drop a lot further, but what's detrimental for day traders isn't for long-term investors. Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with that. Long-term, we're still going up, most likely. We got a very tight opening range, though, here, guys. So we do have a tight opening range. We're starting to climb back higher here, though. Yeah, I mean, higher yields scaring the bond market. Also, I don't know if it was Max or Blaze. If you guys are still here, I saw one of you guys post about TLT, right? And I wanted to explain this. When I saw somebody post about it, I was like, hey, so TLT is long-term bond pricing, right? Like, you got to think about it like this. Like, bonds and yield, bond prices and yields inverse each other. And so if TLT is going down, that means yields are going up, right? So let's look at Friday's price action. Friday's price action saw big drops in pricing of bonds, right? What this actually means is that yields went up here. So like, here's the big drop in TLT. These are bond prices, and bond prices and yields inverse each other. And so TLT is going to go down as yields go up. And if yields go down, TLT is going to go up and vice versa, right? Like, that's the way to understand it. So bond prices and yields inverse each other.
Thanks. I didn't know that. It wasn't just a platitude. I meant it. I don't know if John likes Capri Suns, but I sure do. I mean, as a product, I don't know about as a company.
Bro, I grew up on Capri Suns, dude. But yeah, point is TLT is going to do the opposite of what yields are going to do. And so if TLT is falling, that means yields are going up. I don't know if whoever I was speaking to actually is here to hear this.
I mean, they didn't say they were leaving. Usually they do.
Oh yeah, there's Max. Max is still here. Max, talking to you, bro. Talking to you. I think it was Max that said it.
It was last year when the yen had a scare, and now it's back at 160.
What are you talking about? 160?
Huh?
I'm just asking which one he's talking about at 160s.
Oh yeah.
Apple. Jim Cramer said Apple. He likes Apple. Apple's up. All right, the Nasdaq is just taking a turn though. It looks bearish, but I don't think I can really attack it until we break this range. Yeah, TLT is just long-term bond pricing, so yields go down makes TLT go up, and vice versa, Max. I don't know if it was you. I think you said TLT is going down, which means yields are going down or something like that from the economic report that we got. But yields actually went up and TLT went down because they're opposite. This is pricing of bonds.
Don't forget what a lot of people forget, too, regarding bonds. Supply side demand for bonds is important as well.
No, for sure. When do we get CPI data? CPI data is Wednesday. Yeah, Strategy bought more Bitcoin this morning. Oh, we're talking about the yen versus dollar. Gotcha. Yeah, for sure. That's right. Yeah, that's right, Max. Do we have data coming out? Wait. Do we have data today?
Not that I saw on the calendar.
Yeah, I don't see anything. Nasdaq's starting to fade, though. We got we got consumer inflation expectations for May and CB employment trends. I don't know if either of these are going to move markets, but look at the Nasdaq fall here, guys. So we're starting to see some red in the Nasdaq here. Yeah, I've traded a couple times. I've lost. Look at this drop. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's not too big of a drop to where it has to be catalyst driven.
Oil's not inversing on that, so or at least not yet.
Nvidia's breaking down. Is what this is. I will short a bounce now. Give me a bounce. Yeah, but actually we got data coming out in 2 minutes. I still want to bounce, but good trades balance doesn't drop today at 8:30. CB employment trends and consumer inflation expectations for May come out. But I need a bounce to like 410s. Yeah, MU's dropping, SanDisk is dropping, Nvidia's dropping. That's what's dropping. MU specifically is fading down. It's at 923s right now.
Do we have any idea what's causing the drop yet? I mean, of those companies.
They're probably just correcting. I don't know if this is a catalyst at all. This is probably just memory stocks starting to fade here, is what it looks like to me. Memory's just kind of coming down, but it's hard to tell.
So you said you would maybe get in short at what would you say, 2410s? I mean, 410s.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, 410s. We have 1 minute until that data drops. So I'd preferably the data comes out first before we get up to 410s.
If we do.
Yeah. All right, guys, we got 40 seconds. I don't think this data is super market influential, but it could do something. See you at the view up. All right, we got 30 seconds here. I'll cover the data when it drops. Last time data came in at 3.6% for consumer inflation expectations. All right, guys, 20 seconds. The US Japanese yen is the catalyst. Japan has already said they will likely sell treasuries to buy yen. Yeah. All right, guys, here we go. Here's the data right here. All right, here's the data. Data just came out. It says this data comes out here. Inflation expectations drops at 11, actually. So just to clarify, inflation data drops at 11. Yeah. I need a bounce, though, to short this. I don't like it yet until we get a bounce. There's a bounce. I don't see the data here either. Oh, it came in at 107 versus 107.80s. So basically flat. Inflation data doesn't come out. Inflation expectation data doesn't come out until 11, just to clarify. So I need a bounce here, though. It's not enough. It's too red. It looks weak, don't get me wrong, and MU has come all the way back down to under the 200 exponential and the VWAP. Bitcoin is pretty flat, but I need a bounce to like 410s here. All right, there's 390s. Might not get the continuation. Nvidia's starting to rebound a little bit. I still need 410s though. Long or short right here, guys. Long or short. Yeah, if you want to check out Apex right now, they have a 5-contract, or they have a 5-pack sale going on. You get to each account for $17. So if you want really cheap evals, Apex is the way right now. You can buy a 5-pack bundle. I think it's like $85 total. Or 5. If you want an end of day drawdown, I think it's like 175, 185 for a 5-pack bundle. Use coupon code BGT. There's the bounce here. I'm going to short this. It's not quite the 210 level I want, 410 level I wanted, but I'm worried I'm going to miss it here. So we're going to start small and then add to it if it goes in my favor here. I'm not going to add to it if it goes against me though. I'm going to keep it pretty flat. 200 exponential. Hopefully will prop us down. But if you want to check out Apex, link is pinned at the top of the chat. You can also check out Tradeify. Tradeify has some of the cheapest direct-to-funded accounts too. And so does Take Profit Trader has some of the best rules in the game. All right, my risk level is about 44s. But I hope we break down some more here. Risk level is 44s. But come on. I don't like it enough to add to it though. Okay. I'll add to it if we start breaking down. Come on. Come on. I might add some size to this now too, as long as they don't fly up and bear trap me. Come on. Alright. And there's the bear trap. 44 is my risk. Back down. Ugh. I'm gonna take some size off now too, for sure. Look at that. Okay. I'm gonna take one more off here. We'll hold the rest of this. See if it continues to break down. There we go. Beat me lows. Might add some more on a retracement too. Alright, we're gonna add to the short. Yep. There we go. I'm gonna take another one off here. Hold the rest break even now. I'd love for us to break down some more though. We're right close to lows here. Yep. I gotta hold it break even though, I think. There we go. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna get out right here at the low. Nice trade here. He built up a pretty solid cushion on the day. Yeah, you love to see it.
I mean, not that you're necessarily done, but how have you ended up so far?
I'm pretty green on the day now. I'm up hundreds on the day now, and I can take larger size now with my trades too. Is the plan. Yeah. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I try to ride. Go ahead. I try to ride the range down to the low, right? So I remember I wanted 410s. We got it right here. Risk level was right here, right around the 200 exponential, and we shorted into just targeting this low of the day here. Like this range, I think is high percentage because sometimes we get down to the low like we're doing now and then bounce. And so I don't like attacking the actual low of the day breakdown. I'd much rather attack the range down to the low. And I think when we have such a big downward push and then a rebound back up, I'm kind of piggybacking off of that big downward pressure, if that makes sense, right? And so then we just short into it. We attack this range right here. We got the 200 exponential to confirm it. We've got the bottom of this opening range. And I think that all makes sense. And this is why I cut it around the lows too, is because look, sometimes we trap bears down there as well. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Where's gold at? Yeah, Nasdaq bouncing back up. I got out just at the bottom here, so I got out at the right time. Hold on, this could be catalyst driven. I'm seeing a pretty big
Pulls at 43.51.
Yeah, let me check news real quick. Hold on. Might not, maybe it's not news.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, it's not, maybe it's not big enough.
Nothing good happens under 200.
200
EMA.
exponential. Yeah, you're probably
Yeah,
right, brother. You're probably
Nice
right.
how I
dude.
met your nice how I met your mother reference.
Bitcoin trying to find an excuse. Yeah, Bitcoin at 63s. Bitcoin's really flat though today. All right, so we got another range here forming. If we don't bounce here, it's looking like we're going to test lows again, but it looks like we're bouncing some short term. Yeah, hopefully you guys agreed with me today. All right, there we go. So if we start to break down here, it looks much more likely that we're going to test lows. I would need us, like, if we get under 385. Hey, thank you, Cause Chaos. Thank you, brother. Appreciate the sub, my friend. If we could break down to, like, 380s, I think it becomes really likely to test lows. But we're still in a range. CNBC is reporting that the president posted a ceasefire. Yeah, that was earlier news, though, Jeremy. Like, we got news earlier. Like, Trump tweeted this earlier. So, like, Trump tweeted this earlier. So, who knows if it's telling the truth or not? You know, I'm not criticizing him. I'm just saying we've heard a lot of back and forth. Both sides say what they want to be. You know, so like, look, we posted this. Both sides, Israel and Iran, agreed to do are looking to do an immediate ceasefire. Final negotiations on peace and proceedings subject to ignorance and stupidity getting in its way. The blockade will remain in place and in full force until a final deal is reached. Things should move quickly. That was at like 7 a.m. market time this morning. And again, guys, I'm just going to put it out there. If you're not following me on x.com at Beginner Trades, we post all of this breaking news live. We cover everything that's going on in the morning early here, so you can wake up in the morning, read this, and see exactly what's going on. We cover geopolitics, weekend escalation. We cover futures, memory plays moving, oil, where it's at. We cover Asian markets, Nikkei, Kospi Index, Australia markets, bond story, Bitcoin, crypto, SpaceX IPO, the calendar, the trade setups, the educational note of the day, why Friday's close matters, you know, all this good stuff. At Beginner Trades, I'll give you a here's the post. If you want to give it a heart, give it a follow. There it is. Check it out. We appreciate it.
In short, you'll walk away a much more well-informed individual than all your friends.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
They'll be jealous of you.
Yeah,
They'll say, "Where'd you get the news?" And you can tell them at Beginner Trading.
John, at Beginner Trading. You know. All right, we break down under the 200 exponential. I will short this again. If we break down and then bounce, I gotta wait for it. Not investment advice. Don't copy me. But if we break down under this, I'm only following so I can laugh at my friends for not knowing. I knew you would, bro. I knew you would. Shout out to Tim's Card Collection for giving me a follow here, bro.
Thanks, Tim.
Yeah. I mean, I'm an LSU and Saints fan, but, you know, yeah. I'll let it slide. All right, so I did see some news that just came out that Rubio announced that the U.S. is implementing more than 100 visa restrictions today. Sam Bankman-Fried applies formally for a Trump pardon. Y'all just be careful today.
I don't like the optics of that, but that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think Sam Bankman-Fried's just trying to, you know.
I know. Yeah.
He's trying to maneuver. He's trying to maneuver. Of course he wants a pardon.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't blame him.
Yeah.
All
right, guys.
I don't know. Beginner trading jiu-jitsu geese.
You know.
Yeah. I just think it'd be really funny to see a gi with your face on it. It's like real big right on the back.
Right, a patch. It's this face on a patch, right? Like, you know, just a patch like this face on it. You know, it screams intimidation. It screams intimidation.
Yeah, dude.
You know. Yeah, so big range today, guys. Look at the Nasdaq. 4 candles of chop, though. Let's see what this last candle does. All right.
Where did that little thing in your face even come from?
I built it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's my emoji. You know.
Oh, cool.
Made my money for New York. Later, y'all trade safe. Nice flex. Congrats, bro. I don't know. If we break under the 200 EMA and then bounce back up, maybe I'll short that. But right now, we're too indecisive in markets, I think, for anything to look good.
We need to break down on the VWAP to see some action.
Yeah, where's the VWAP at, bro? VWAP's got to be way down there. Yeah. I mean, we break under the VWAP. I think we'll see some action. You know. John leaves early if the Nasdaq wrecks him. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you leave early, bro? Sometimes you just gotta walk away. If you keep staring at charts, you're gonna keep losing, you know. MU is the volatile one moving things, though. Like, look, if you look at MU, guys, today, MU looked like it was gonna break down and then had this big green candle that retraced immediately, and then it's been sideways for 5 minutes. So I think that and NVIDIA were a lot of the volatility coming today. Yeah, it's Micron. Again, guys, check out Apex if you haven't already. Cheap sales. Shameless plug. I've only done like 3 plugs all day, so I think this is understandable.
Plug it, John.
I just like helping guys. You know, I don't like making money, guys. Don't sign up because I like making money. Sign up because I like helping people. Guys, I would never do this to make money. But check out Apex right now. You can get $17 accounts, $85 for 5 accounts. If you want an end-of-day trail, you can get it for $175, $35 each. Using coupon code BGT, they changed their stuff. Now they have end-of-day drawdown, no payout denials, no MAE rule, 5-1 rule, built-in scaling, and 50% consistency. Check them out, guys. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. Shameless plug. I get paid by them. I would never do this to make money, though. But check out my coupon code right now, guys. Right now. Do it now.
No, sign up because you appreciate the services and information that John provides, and because you like John making money, not because he likes to make money.
You make that money, John. Don't let anyone shame you to do it. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic, guys. I'm here to make money. Of course I am. I like you guys. Listen, I like you. Y'all are cool. Kind of. Most of y'all.
But he also likes money.
But I also do like money. I actually do, believe it or not, enjoy dollars.
Some people say money makes the world go round.
Some people say you can buy things with money. All right, I'm going to short this bounce if we get a big enough bounce.
I've heard that, but I've never had enough of it to do it.
And I'm just putting it out there, guys. If you trade stocks, you like money too. Okay? We can like money together. Quote it. John at Beginner Trading. I'm going to short this little pop. Give me lows.
But from Frito Pendejo. I like money.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Abe Lincoln said that. All right, we are breaking down here immediately. I'm going to take some off here now. Feed me lows, though. I'll add to it. Yep. Or maybe I'll just wimpy sell. Wimpy sell or add to it. I'll add to it. Just because. Keep breaking down. There we go. All right, immediately take some off there. Hold the rest break even. I'm out. All right. We're up a lot again on the day, which is nice. Hey, good luck, Pedro. Good luck, my friend.
You can do it, you know.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Thomas Jefferson said short AMD. I heard him say that, you know.
The dude was prophetic.
He was at the He was at the barber with me last night. You know.
I mean, it's not like the Thomas Jefferson, just a guy named Thomas Jefferson.
TJ is what I call him. Did I get out at the low again, dude? I might have, bro. Look at this. I'm swooping in and out like this, like Batman.
Are you the greatest, John?
I'm sure some people say that somewhere. They probably say that about me.
It's whispered in all the darkest corners of like the economic forums. John's
that's
the
right.
greatest.
I know, dude. It is. It is. All right, guys. I got out right at the lows, dude. I don't know how I do it, but it's the bottom of the range here. It still looks like a short, personally, to me. Let's see what happens. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men should short AMD. Yeah, we have certain unalienable rights. Among these, bull, bear, and the pursuit of profits.
Life, liberty, and the right to short AMD.
Yeah. When rules are given to men around finance, it becomes our duty to fight against those rules and short the market, guys.
I think that's like a verbatim quote.
Yeah. I think it is too. I'm looking at the range, really, basketball, to figure out when to get out. Again, I like attacking the range down to a low. I think this is the highest percentage area. You know, I think once we break down here, sometimes we liquidity grab and rip up, and I don't want that. You know, so I would prefer to get out close to the bottom of the range, like right around here. Because I think a lot of, that's where a lot of people are taking profit. And that means buys coming in, which means upward potential movements. So when we scalp like we're doing today, that's what we're targeting. No, it's never safe, basketball, but it's safe enough. You manage it right. Stick to your stop losses, is what I'll say. Dude, I bought Nike earlier, and Nike's green. I've done it. Chat, are you guys red or green right now? What are we? Almost an hour after the opening bell. You guys red or green right now, chat? Let me know.
Green on the day, personally.
Yeah. Green? Okay, still green. Up 1700. Nice B Marsh. Red. A good green now. Red. Barely green, like 3%. Oh, that's it? Just 3%. Chump change, bro. Green for a change. Green. Up 1150 on a one-day pass eval. Nice serpent. Green. A little red, not enjoying this chop. Slightly red buying bargains. I hold longer term. Green 330. It still looks bearish. I mean, I think most people see the bearish look of this, but I don't think it's necessarily given. It still looks like it's going to potentially break down, though. No trades yet. Someone named Margin is calling me.
Yeah, you're right, John. We're in extreme fear. We're at 8.
Yeah. That is pretty fearful.
Yeah.
You know what they say, it's better to be fearful when Brit is greedy, and greedy when Brit is fearful.
You know it. I've heard they say I'm the best indicator, realistically.
Yeah. A long night. Last night was good.
To be fair, the only time I get greedy is at a buffet.
I get pretty greedy too there, you know.
Mm-hmm. You got to get your money's worth, you know.
Yeah. I get pretty greedy when I buy food. You know, like I buy so much food. I was like, I can't dare risk buying a bunch of food and still being hungry, so I just buy way too much food. Britt can confirm.
Yeah, I mean, I have a tendency to do that too, but mostly it's just because like it's not necessarily that I want to eat a bunch. I just want a little bit of everything.
Yeah, me too.
I was absolutely thinking Golden Corral Zero Cool. Same wavelength.
All right, so we've had about 5 minutes of chop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 minutes of chop. Where's gold? My short earlier would have worked too if I would have held it, but that's all right.
43.45 right now.
Yeah, we used to hit up CC's Pizza. Those cinnamon rolls, dude. That's still
Oh
great.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, people used to get so mad at us that we'd all like 3 or 4 of us together, and as soon as they bring out a fresh tray of cinnamon rolls, we would just take them all.
Yeah, dude, we'd get all of them. You know,
You're
gotta
right.
be fast.
Yeah, dude. And you're right. A lot of the good buffets are gone now. Like, sucks.
Yeah, yeah. Gold long now? I don't know, man. Right now, I think it's too unknown. I think we're kind of sideways. Like, we've broken down some since the opening bell, but we also are putting in higher lows here. So, like, look, higher lows are coming in. We could be starting to trend like this. And so I don't think it's really easy to tell which way we're going right now. Now, we could trend like this for a little while and then be another leg down. And then when that happens, maybe we'll get another big move down. But it's harder to figure out at this point in time. It's too ambiguous right now.
Yeah, we have Korean barbecue buffets here too. Basically, it's like $26, but you know. And also, yes, we are friends IRL. We've been friends for over 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I brought Britt to a Korean barbecue place here. Look, oh no, wait, this might be, I don't know if this is news driven, but look at the Nasdaq rip up some. I see Sandus jumping, I see MU jumping. So a big green candle now coming in.
I see something that could be, but it should be going the other way.
Yeah, I see that news too.
Maybe a tweet?
No.
Nope.
All right, so we're still in a high volume area here. I'm watching 29,500. This is my neutral level.
Yeah. I'm trying to concentrate on your trades. I can't keep talking about food. I'm hungry. So, anyway.
I'm not hungry yet. I don't get hungry until like 10.
Well, for me, hungry and empty are the same thing.
I don't think there's any news. Not that I see. I think the Nasdaq's just jumping higher here. Choppy.
Yeah.
Unknowing of what to do. Because of maybe CPI data this week. All right, Nasdaq starting to go up. Look at 29.5s right here.
What said John was a Mandalorian once? Where'd that come from?
I don't know.
No,
I was,
mean,
I was, but you know, I'm not gonna argue it, but you know.
Mandalorian.
All right, so we're still jumping up here. Look, we're starting to bounce. 29.5s is the level I'm watching. There's 29.5s right now. We're starting to fight our way back, though, here. Memory stocks are starting to rebound after being mostly choppy since the opening bell here. Oil is not really reacting, so it doesn't look geopolitical here. All right, so we did just jump up to 520s. I need to see us hold over 29.500s here, though. U.S. employment trends ticked down slightly. I saw that earlier, but it was slightly. It should have been 107 versus 107.8 last time, and they revised it up previously as well, so very slightly. Nasdaq starting to get some bulls in control, though, here. Look. And again, MU, NVIDIA, SanDisk, all bouncing back a little. We're still in a pretty sideways range, though.
Marvell is strong. Good.
Yeah, here's Micron right here. Marvell. Yeah, Marvell is strong. 295s. Where's Broadcom? It's green on the day still, but it pulled back since the open. Sox is up, Rigetti's up. Yeah, I heard quantum stocks are making some news. Yeah. So. Here's gold. Gold's under the 200 exponential, still trending down though. September, the revised jobs. Yeah, baby.
To be clear, quantum is just concurrent processing technology, right?
Yeah, it's just
Multitasking for AI, right? Basically, or
kind,
supercomputers.
no, not for AI, for computer processing.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it has what's called superposition, which means it processes things simultaneously. You know.
Yeah, that's what concurrent means.
Yeah. But it's still really early for quantum.
Yeah, pretty new technology.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fragile when they break a lot.
Sorry, Zero. I've heard that condition is contagious, so I guess it's my fault.
Yeah, look, we're over 29.5s. We're actually holding support there and starting to head up, but I don't trust either direction here, to be honest. It's just a big sideways range, guys.
Well, got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
Yeah, you're quoting me there, Britt. That's my quote.
Yeah, you're totally. I've heard you used to be Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, that's right. In a past life,
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, SanDisk started to push up, MU started to push up, NVIDIA pushing up some. We're holding at that 29.5 level. That's kind of my neutral level, where if we're over that, maybe we're going to go green. If we're under that, maybe we're going to go red. But I think we also could chop sideways. But Bitcoin was super early. Where's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin's still basically the same. Bitcoin hasn't really moved at all here. Like, look at Bitcoin. It's stayed pretty freaking flat and sideways. It's not really doing much. Like, Bitcoin hasn't really done anything. All right, look, we're still heading up here. Again, this is MU, NVIDIA, SanDisk rebounding back up. Yeah, Bitcoin hasn't really been moving a lot. We're starting to head back up, though. Highs of the day are at 604s. We're at 540s. So here's high of the day up here. At 500 level did hold. Yeah, I don't think it's easy to predict a trend right now. Obviously, the higher we go, the more bullish we look, but it's not really easy. Stretch and Strategy shareholders have approved the amendment to move Stretch dividends from monthly to semi-monthly under the new cadence. The first record date is June 30th, and the first payment date is July 15th. Tie goes to the runner. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. We're starting to look obviously more green now, but Ooh. I don't know if the direction's super easy right now, unfortunately. Gold is trying, is it really? Gold is just sitting under the 200 EMA, but it's just broke over it. Let's see if it holds now. It looks bearish too, but I'm up a lot on the day. I don't know if I want to give it back. Yeah, I'm trading a Lucid 50K funded account too. And the good thing about Lucid here, guys, is that if you have not used your 50% off, you can get this Lucid Direct for 420 bucks, 150K funded account, direct funded account, 420 bucks, 5K drawdown, end of day drawdown options, and more 10 minis. I like how they trade too, like 90-10 split, no payout windows, 10-1 micro scaling, end of day drawdowns and everything. So end of day drawdowns means it doesn't trail you up intraday. So if you build up a cushion, you can then take larger risk because it doesn't follow you higher. It resets every day, but I think that's really useful. So if you want to check out Lucid, I'll put the link up. I appreciate it.
How much have they paid out to traders? Do you know?
150 million.
Also,
yeah, good way to learn. Most day traders lose money, so these funded account programs, like, they give you a demo and they test your skill. Unless you go direct to funded, right? They give you a demo, they test your skill. You pass the test, they fund you. And so you can get started for much cheaper than funding your own account thousands. If you want to check them out, here's the link. Great way to help support the channel. We try to do everything free here. I don't claim to be an expert or anything like that. I just kind of, you know, trade live.
But that's a much safer way to learn, you know? Why risk your own money?
Right, and if you're going to go with the eval route, right, the flex eval, I think, makes a lot of sense because once you're actually funded, there's no daily loss limit below the initial trail. There's no consistency rule, right? So you can make much bigger gains on the flex account once you're funded. It takes you a little bit longer to get funded if you go back to like the regular rules here. There's a 50% consistency, so it'll take you at least 2 days to pass. But once you're funded, some of the best rules in funding with Lucid Flex. So yeah, the end of this week with SpaceX is going to be crazy. Honestly, Wednesday and Thursday are going to be crazy. Yeah, gold is breaking down. I really want to short this, but I'm nervous about it. One contract. I'm going to take one.
Way to go, Zero. I'm rooting for you, man. Take that extra money and go eat at Middendorf's like you talked about.
Yeah. Sure, this is micro gold. Yeah, I don't trust anything right now, and I think going against longs is kind of risky too. But we got one contract here, so. I knew it would break down, guys. I knew it. I will add to this if it goes in my favor. When I don't want to take a lot of risk, if it breaks down enough, I'll add to it, right? So that way my risk is less. If I don't add to it, it's pretty small size. But not for at least a year, NY. So there's a year restriction on it. It can't be added to S&P or Nasdaq for a year after it IPOs. So they can gauge volatility of it, really, is why they do that.
Does that mean it can't be traded at all for a year? Or
no, it can't be added to an index like the S&P or the Nasdaq.
Okay.
Yeah, well, now I'm down on this trade, so you should have doubted me, maybe.
Okay, so it just stays an isolated stock, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never doubted you. I could feel the doubt in the chat.
Look, I'm green now. You know, I'm green. But we gotta actually break down in some direction here for it to do anything. There we go. Okay. All right, gold. Is something going on? We got the biggest candle we've seen in an hour here on gold now.
Sort of an incident. No, I don't see anything that would be cause for a green candle.
I'm gonna get out right here, dude. I think I have to. I know I should have added to it, but the chart looked bearish, but there's a big red candle here. Is something going up that made yield spike? Maybe not. Yeah, I don't live in Baton Rouge, Zero. Sorry, brother. I live in Houston. I'm from Baton Rouge, though, but I live in Houston. Go Tigers, you know.
Yeah.
Dollar is high. Yeah, I'm sure the dollar goes up as yields go up, though. So, like, if the Dixie's moving up, it means yields are probably moving up, too. Not necessarily, but... Yeah, I'm looking on social media. I don't really see anything. Looks like it's just gold. I see Schwab's Colin Martin says stronger U.S. jobs data and persistent inflation are lowering the bar for the Fed to raise. Yeah, I mean, I see that too. That must be what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't think that would necessarily influence it like that. Hey, shout out. Hey, thanks for the subscribe. I might be a little late. All right, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut out of here for the day. So we will be back tomorrow, bright and early, guys. We will be back tomorrow, bright and early. And so again, if you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Give me a follow on x.com @BeginnerTrades. We cover a morning market news brief. You can also join our Discord. It's completely free. It doesn't cost anything. Some say it's a great place. Check it out right now. Here's the Discord link if you haven't already. We post the morning market brief to the Discord as well. But I'm up a lot on the day. I probably want to just get out of here before I stare at charts too long, you know. So I think that's my move today, is just to not hold that long. Yeah. So we're up a lot. I think I'm gonna lock into that and cut on out of here, guys. Y'all be good. Have a great day. Again, if you want to help support your channel, use coupon code BGT at checkout. You can use it on Apex 5-pack deal. You can get accounts for $17 each. Lucid, end of day drawdowns and everything. If you want the cheapest direct to funded, Tradeify. Coupon code BGT will get you that as well. Cheapest direct to funded, Tradeify. If you want good rules for beginners, if you're new, Take Profit Trader. Some of the best rules in the game. And so BGT, you can also do one on trade day. I believe BGT will work on trade day as well. So y'all have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Y'all be good.
Hey, everybody. Have a good one.
Be safe, chat. Have a good one.